I always listen to the Waking Lions. Great guys, very nice guys. I know they're going to be huge.
There's nothing I like more than slipping into some good jeans and watching the Waking Lions. Meow.
Waking Lions? Wait, aren't they just two guys in a basement?
The Waking Lions podcast is where I get all my information.
I only ever truly sweat when listening to the Waking Lions podcast. Targeted Waking Lions? Capitalist assholes. Yeah, I'd shock them faster than Kaya.
There's three things in my life: World of Warcraft, Dr. Pepper, and Waking Lions. That's it. Nothing else.
Waking Lions are true alpha males. And I f***ing love them.
If you watch the Waking Lions podcast, well, Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Let the static tear it down. She wolves rise, we own this sound. Riffs that snarl, loop the night. I'm Amelia Wolf, and I'm alright.
No fake news. Getting the views. They're going to be huge. Waking Lions. It's simple. You watch, or you die, or you die, or you die, or you die.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to episode 7 of the Waking Lions podcast, where I am joined by Steve. How are you doing, Steve? Steve, are you there?
I am indeed. Right. Good evening. How you doing?
I'm good. I thought you'd gone for a second.
Oh, you're very... No, it broke up a bit at this end. The video completely destroyed as ever, but I can work around that. But no, I think we're back.
Excellent. Yeah, no, I might be
Yeah,
able
I
to
think
fix
we're
that
back.
soon.
Yeah.
I'm on Wi-Fi at the moment, but I will get a wired connection down here, and that should fix that.
That should do, shouldn't it? Yeah, technology central, and it should be working a lot better. How you doing? How's it going?
Yeah, not too bad. I've been building a mantelpiece.
Excellent. So that hang your stockings on for Christmas and put the elf on.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, other than that, I kind of always wanted to do a yearly Christmas photo with a really cheesy jumper on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we were going to do a real spoof one, sort of out in the paddock with sheep around us, with our dogs, and a couple of shotguns over our shoulders.
Excellent. I've thought about that.
Might still happen.
Like one that's kind of themed with a like barber jacket and a flat cap.
That's the one. That's the one. Yeah, that's us. Up here.
I used to live in Cranbourne, in Dorset, and there's a pub down there, and like at least 50% of the people in there were exactly that, and they all had a shotgun cocked like over their one arm, drinking a pint of bitter.
Excellent.
Great.
I bet there's no trouble in that pub at all, was there?
No, not really. There's only that one and
Funny that.
the Sheaf of Arrows, because Cranbourne only has about like 6 people living there, and Madonna.
Oh, crikey. As you do.
We had like a big compound up there, and
A compound. Keep her in.
was it the Fox and Hounds? I think the other one was called, or the Huntsman, or something like that. And all of the sort of wealthier part of town went to that one, and the Sheaf of Arrows had everyone else. And
excellent.
It's a real sort of spit and sawdust place, that Sheaf of Arrows, but they did a good Sunday roast.
Sweet. You can't argue, can you? I said they cannot get roast potatoes right anymore, pubs. If we go roast potatoes, they are manky as anything.
Although,
anyway,
the Swingle Tree's not too bad.
early. No, I will. Yeah, they are good. They used to do a nice steak. 2 steaks for 25 quid with a pint. That was always quite a good deal. Good bit of steak as well down there.
I'm pretty sure we still do that. That's what we got last time we were there.
Yeah.
It's a good deal.
We used to go there. I've not been there for a while actually.
Yeah.
Not been there for a while, but we've digressed early. A few minutes in, and we have digressed to hostelries, pubs, and the associated food they provide.
Well,
so what have we got this week? What is on our menu this week? Hey?
Well, they'll be jumping for joy, won't they? Because
it's very true.
Wonderful Rachel from Accounts has swept in to rescue our pub industry, right?
Our ailing leisure and beverage and hospitality industry, which was murdered during COVID. He's out to help out people.
Yeah. I mean, it just kind of brings us straight into the topic of the evening, doesn't it?
It does, and I thought there was going to be a bit more anger. Normally it's but actually it's isn't it? It's sort of less anger and less. Oh, really? What? She's just like moving the furniture about, and she's rearranging the dust.
I think to a certain extent, it's sheer freaking apathy. You know?
Yeah, no, it is, isn't it? It's the apathy budget.
People have just
Rachel
got to the point where they just don't care.
No. I mean, as ever, they are still going for the middle people. They're still helping the poor. They claim to be hitting the rich, but as we'll probably come on to, £2 million ain't much for a house.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting you say that, because I was looking at it, and from the very minute it started, I even texted you to send that message, and I was saying, "Oh God, it's already a complete shocker."
Yeah,
because I don't think it's helping the middle people really, and I really don't think it's helping lower end people, and the targets on the higher end. There's nothing really to it.
No. There's another $2,500 a year. If your house is worth £2 million, and I'd suggest it's very similar to the farming tax. Okay, you may be sat in a house that's worth $2 million, but you can't liquidate it. It's not worth that until you sell it.
Yeah, I mean, actually, context, really. We should probably do context.
We probably should do context. You're very good at contextualizing things.
Well, I do use it a lot. I wish I had that Attenborough thing that Asmongold uses, the context. But as we found with what last week, you're finding AI doesn't do him very well.
No, it's a struggle to certain people. Tom Baker, notably, and David Attenborough.
It's interesting because I might digress for another second here.
Why not?
We were talking about this last week, and obviously, yeah, there's our wonderful AI intro, and a couple of people I spoke to in between were mentioning that. Ooh. Have I just dropped offline? No.
You did, very briefly.
Oh.
And again, you turned to Norman Collier. You spoke to a few people.
Oh, yes, about the voices. And they mentioned that some of the voices are probably under copyright. Did you hear this week
probably right.
that Michael Caine and someone else, I can't remember the other one, have sold their voices for AI?
Wouldn't surprise me, but to be fair, most people can do a fairly passable Michael Caine impersonation, can't they? And oddly, digression again, he never actually said, not a lot of people know that, does he? A famous thing he's supposed to have said, never uttered it in his life.
Yeah, but not a lot of people know that.
Exactly, well, a lot of people do know that, apparently, but not a lot of people do know, right? Yeah. You're supposed to bladder bloody doors off. Well, that malarkey. Yeah, so I think the ones you can probably do quite easily, like Donald Trump, for example. You got a good line in Donald Trumpisms. Yeah.
It's funny you mention that, actually, because obviously we were talking about 9/11 last week as well. And I was watching that. I was actually over at my parents' house, and my mum got back from the shopping and walked in. And she's like, what's going on? And I was like, oh, Twin Towers have been hit. She's like, they haven't. And I was like, yeah. And then one of them collapsed right in front of her, and I went, you're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
Hey! Charles Gunsack coming to mile off, dearie me. That is terrible.
Bloody timing. Oh, she loves that story. She tells it every Christmas.
God, your Christmas day must fly past.
Yeah. Well, it does these days.
I tell you what, again, another digression. Christmas, well, I've mentioned this last week, didn't we? Christmas just starts way too early.
Yeah, I mean, about July now, isn't it?
Pretty much. I've got to say, the kids go back to school. You've got Halloween, bonfire night doesn't get a look anymore, is it? Bonfire night has really been usurped by Halloween. And then before you know it, Christmas crackers and small Quality Street tins are on the shelves.
Oh, the size of Quality Street tins is ridiculous these days, isn't it?
Crazy. I'll tell you, we used to do so when I was a kid. The parents used to keep the Christmas decorations in an old Quality Street box, tin as it was then. They're enormous. They must have been a good 8 inches tall. I'm thinking probably something. Obviously, it ended up bigger back in those days, didn't it?
How much is £5 in kilos?
Oh, I didn't have that day at school. I think I took a day off when he did weights and measurements. I don't know a damn thing about it.
This always gets me as well. You know, it's like whenever I say, "Oh, I weigh $150," anyone American looks at me and goes, "Yeah, you'd be lucky, mate."
Yeah,
because I think one of the tins you used to be able to get was £5. In fact, have I got? Let me see. I might actually have an example here that we could look at, possibly. Let's have a little look, see what we got. Yeah, here we go. Right about here. Okay, so let's see if this will work, because it worked quite well last week, didn't it? Let's give it a go. Hey, there we go. Look at the size of this tin.
Yeah, I mean, Googling it, they say it was 2 kilograms, the original one. That was quite a big tin. And right down to about 750.
You'd be lucky to get 750 these days. Yeah?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I want to go back to those days. We've been watching a lot of them. I've got to be honest. We've been watching a lot of those this last week. Because even the advertising was better back then. I mean, God, we are definitely digressing here. But I think it's a valuable point to make, you know. Let me even... Maybe I should just leave this as B-roll here, right?
I mean,
we just discuss this for a second.
You knew...
Yeah. You're still there?
Yeah. I mean, you knew back in the day what they were advertising as well, straight away.
Yeah.
Look, here's some chocolates. These are just Brazils, I'm assuming.
Whatever happened to them?
Just Brazils. You eat them because you love... Was it you give them because you love them? Was that the tagline to that particular one?
Yep. Whatever happened to those?
Woolworths, is this?
Where have they gone?
Yeah.
I would imagine this
the
is
wonderful
Woolworths.
days of Woolworths.
Looks like a Woolworths.
Yeah.
Look. A pound of milk tray for £2, bro.
Crazy. And a stereo system, $169.
Mate, you get me? I just rolled back from school and just picked myself up a pound of chocolate, bro. What?
Yeah.
It's
Eric
nuts,
Bristow's darts set. Pop up, Mr. Pop Up Face, whatever it's called.
Yep, Mr. Pop. Wrapping paper only 39p. You try and find me wrapping paper under £1 these days.
You can't, can you? You cannot. It is absolutely crazy.
Spectacular Woolworths show. Fantastic. But even this as well, like, look at the animated detail in this one.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this with Boots advert. There's a brilliant Boots advert back in the day. And quite often I think they mix things like Raymond Briggs and stuff like that in.
Yes. I tell you, you couldn't show an animated bird getting shot out of the sky by a two-ball. It was Heineken.
Yeah, you can show like
how many things are wrong in his advert? You know, you've got a bird being shot.
There's not a single thing wrong with it.
Clearly, they've obviously spoofed Warner Brothers, whatever it is, the end of the Looney Tunes, and got away with it, I'd imagine, without even asking any copyright.
Well, that's the other thing. Yeah, and Disney would like sue them to oblivion now, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they used to have impunity back in those days.
It's incredible, isn't it? The things we've left behind.
It is. Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, you've got to think of the way all of this was put together. Real people had jobs doing all this.
Yes.
And look at the mixed media in that Smith's advert, right?
And now, as we've proved with AI the last couple of days.
Well, I mean, a lot of people have proven that recently. Like, was it?
Well, yeah.
Blops 7.
Yeah.
Black Ops 7, for anyone that doesn't get the reference there. You know, AI generated crap in that. Slop everywhere. You know? It's just ridiculous. Like, adverts these days.
Brute 33.
Oh, yeah. Again, like, there's that number again.
TV times! TV and radio times. Back in the day, it used to be for a fortnight, didn't you? You'd be so excited, wouldn't you, you had to get the TV and the radio times to get both channels, BBC and ITV back in those days. And you'd be so excited, wouldn't you, to go, what films are on Christmas Day? Oh, brilliant, bloody Guns and Navarone again. Or whatever it was, The Great Escape. But these days, there's nothing on. Not that I watch TV on Christmas Day, but there's nothing on anyway, is there? It's just more channels with less. What's that song? 59 channels and nothing on or something. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's very noticeable. The last couple of years in particular, this is one of the things. I've been recording a lot of stuff that does happen to be on. Because each year there's maybe 4 things other than Indiana Jones. I mean, how many Indiana Jones films do we need to watch?
Oh, I watched the last one and it was absolute drivel. That was the one with. I don't know. I digress totally. He was in it. He was obviously practically in a wheelchair. I think he was so old.
No, the last Indiana Jones film was The Last Crusade. Right, that one had. I know Sean Connery was old, but he wasn't in a wheelchair.
Oh, I can't remember. I'm sure I watched one recently. It was might have been an old one.
No. There's only 3 Indiana Jones films, just like there's only 3 Star Wars films.
Oh well, yeah. This is obviously not a correct one, is it?
It was The Dial of Dysentery.
That was probably right, actually.
Kathleen Kennedy's like jewel in the crown. God damn that woman, man.
That was it. Dial of Destiny. That must have been that one. Yeah.
Honestly, the summarization of that film is literally
just lazy writing.
Yeah, it is.
Just lazy writing. It's so bad.
I mean, saying that, we're moving away a little bit. I did a review on Tulsa King, this Sylvester Stallone thing.
Yes.
In my show ages ago. And it's on like the 3rd season. And every season, decided to do exactly the same. Basically, he just takes over a business and then fights his way to keep it. But it's the same thing. It's the same premise every season now.
Yeah.
He gets a weed company, he has to keep it. He gets a drug company, has to keep it. It's just Anyway, we have megally digressed because, to be totally honest, the budget was such rubbish today. We don't need an hour on it probably anyway, do we?
Yeah, it was actually the budget we were supposed to be doing tonight, wasn't it? And for anyone out there that might not know what that is, it's where our Chancellor of the Exchequer, the person in charge of all our money, goes to down
Rachel
the
from
street
Accounts.
with a big red... Rachel from Accounts, indeed. Yep. Goes to down the street with a big red suitcase, waves it around, and then goes to Parliament and says to everyone, "There's no money left because the last government spent it all."
But we knew that because it got leaked before she did the speech anyway.
Absolutely. Was it the OBR?
Didn't somebody in Parliament say, just cut to the end, 'cause we've all read it now. Just don't bother. Just save yourself 2 hours standing up.
This is the other thing, man. I wish I had that sample from Bottomania, where it's like you talk too much. Because the number of times I was watching it with a good lady driver, and we were sat there, and it's like, okay, get to the freaking point.
Yeah.
I just don't care.
Oh, no, it's all your... Yeah, right honourable speaker. We know through years, and you just get how much the fag's going to go up by, how much beer's going to go up by. That's all people want to know, isn't it? What's the car tax going to be next year and the petrol prices? They don't care about a lot of this stuff. About fiscal rules and headroom and all this bullshit.
Yeah, it's absolute freaking nonsense. I can't, I can't be bothered. Honestly, I think
and when
it
you
brings
see
us to that apathy thing.
And when you see the dire straits this country is in, it doesn't make a damn difference, because same old thing, they give with one, not they haven't given anything, and take with the other, don't they? It's just, some of the... Go on.
Yeah, I mean, if we take it sort of sequentially a little bit, overall, the first point to make about it was just that thing. We've heard this all before. And we said it a few weeks ago, successive governments my entire lifetime.
Yeah, blame
this
the other.
time they come in, the last guys, they left us with a crippled economy and the cripple of the lockdowns and the cripple of the health service. They basically just come in and go, the previous government... Yeah.
It's for grandpas!
That's it. Just every question, every point. It's like, what we came into, was a financial system that was.
They could save themselves 10 or 20 minutes. It's like I say every week about question time. If something bad happens, well, of course, our thoughts go out. We know. Look, we take it as a given. Your thoughts and prayers are with these people. So don't save yourself a couple of minutes. Same with the budget. We know it's been shafted year on year on year because basically the Tories screwed it, because the Tories inherited Labour, Labour inherited Tories, and you can go back to the dawn of time, can't you, really?
Well, examples, David Cameron, when he came in, our previous Labour government
left
a little note in the drawer. Do you remember that?
There's no money left, ha ha ha, yeah.
Exactly, yeah, Gideon Osborne, the note in the drawer, there's no money left. And then when Blair's government initially got in, it was all these years of Thatcherite regime and John Major, the damp squib, and they sold everything out from under us.
Oh yeah, the privatisation years.
It's just the lameness of that. We're so sick and tired of hearing that. It's so boring and a dumb way to open or punctuate the entire damn speech, which was like an hour and 15, was it? An hour and 15 minutes?
Yeah. So if you'd have, because they always time it, don't they, as well? realise every time they say, that's the longest budget speech ever so far. This is the shortest budget speech ever so far, whatever. But yeah, if he did away with all this rubbish at the start, these pleasantries, these niceties, we know all this stuff. We don't need to be told it again. We know what state the country's in, and you can only blame the people in charge of it. To be perfectly honest.
Yeah, and it's all just so performative. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. It's like a bloody pantomime in Parliament, and that's the other thing. It's all scripted, isn't it? As well, so they're basically reading the script the whole time.
Yeah,
that's all they're doing.
That's the thing. Obviously, the Office of Budget Responsibility (OBR), they have a copy of it. Clearly, the Speaker has a copy of it. Clearly, Kemi Badenoch has a copy of it.
Yeah.
It's just.
So why go through the performance of walking out of 11 Downing Street with their little red box, hold it up in front of the cameras for the picture, the little red suitcase with their lunch in it, probably. It's a complete charade. I don't know if any other administration, I don't know what the US do. I'd imagine it's a lot more punchier than that, a lot more sort of this is it, and no preamble and no theatrics, I would think.
Do they really have such an equivalent? Like,
I probably don't, do I? I think we're the only country to do this sort of thing. I mean, a lot of it just, look, we've done it, deal with it. Pretty much, isn't it? We're going to do it. Which, they're not consulting us. What do they say? We commend this budget to the House. Well, the House isn't going to do much about it because no one's going to vote against it, are they?
Well, that's the other thing. We'll get to the end at the end, but I mean, the first things he started off with, if I recall correctly, was basically about business in this country, right?
On his arse.
Yeah. I mean,
well, certain businesses. I mean, I work for a local small business that employs, I think we employ about 30, 35 people between our companies. We're not a massive business, but we're a decent business. And it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare with all the national insurance increases, minimum wage, business rates, anything you can think of they're hitting you with. It's just impossible to make any money these days. It's ridiculous.
So, she said they're introducing packages to make Britain more attractive to invest in. And I believe one of those things that was to help that package was extending this 3-year. You get basically most of your startup costs back and your tax write-offs for all your startups.
Yeah.
And immediately I'm like, who the hell is this helping?
Yeah.
Foreign investors. People who want to come into the country and invest in this country, because no one in this country's got no money to do that.
No. Or startups that aren't going to succeed. They're not going to succeed. Oh, we'll give it a go. We'll give it a punt. I was speaking to somebody a few weeks ago. No names, but they've opened a business down here. Oh, well, if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. We just write it off. Simple as that. We've got £50,000. If it doesn't work, so be it. Not really the right attitude. If you're going to get all written off anyway, what's the point?
Yeah, and I remember towards the end, she announced something. I was like, well, hold on a second. So, yes, the pensions thing. Right? So, her case on this was the idea that there's people like in the banking sector, in the finance sector, who are stashing tons of bonus money away into their pensions. And I believe
bonuses they should be getting in the first place.
Well, yeah. I mean, again, attacking the symptom, not the cause, right? Because now the proposal is to limit that to £2,000 and tax hard over that. And they said as well, we can have up to 20,000 annually, I think, into our pension, right?
Yeah.
But 8,000 of that has to be invested.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, hold on a second. Let me tie back to what you said at the beginning. You're going to make this more attractive for investors to start their businesses here and keep their businesses here and give them 3 years of basically free reign to spend as much as you want. We'll, write it off. We'll give you subsidies.
That's it.
That's where the money's coming from.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like,
there's
what?
no
What are you
drawn up
talking about?
thinking. She hasn't looked. Yeah. They don't look at it at all. I'm talking about.
Do you? Before we move too much further there, hold on. Do you see how she structured that? Let's think for a second about why Trump is suing the BBC. Why is he suing them specifically? What did they do specifically?
Well, this was all the AI stuff, wasn't it? The misrepresentation and the misalignment of him. Making him say something he didn't say, or he did say it, but it was out of context.
Right, so they created a sentence by cutting something he said 51 minutes away from the other half of what he said. Right?
Yeah.
And we've just watched Rachel Reeves do exactly the same tactic, but in reverse.
But live.
By mentioning those business benefits for foreign investors right at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then leaving it right towards the end before mentioning about the pensions and the forced investment of 8,000 out of 20,000 a year. It's like, well, there you go. It's like 50 minutes between them, probably ish, right?
Yeah,
but
pretty
you
much
won't
the
see
same.
the BBC cut those two together, will you?
No, you won't. No. But that is more contextually correct, isn't it? Because that's not really out of context.
No, exactly.
Out of
But
sequence,
she deliberately
but,
stuffed a bunch of other stuff in between. So only people that were caught at that first point and gone, wait, where are you getting the money for that?
Yeah.
And holding on to it till later on when she goes, pensions. That's where it's coming from.
Always is, though. It always is. Those poor pensioners that get it neck. I mean, it's like the great thing, she's frozen the tax levels. Well, yeah, but then things increase, like your wages increase and your pension certainly increases. That's going to put a lot of state pensioners into paying tax. So you can have 75-year-old Johnny down the road. It's only got to fill a tax return every year. I mean, I struggle at 53 at filling my own tax return. You might don't know pension trying to do it.
My bloody
just
mum
take
is
it as
still doing
source or don't do it at all.
What? She's 83, 84?
It's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy.
Returns. Yeah,
once you've done them once, that's it, though, isn't it? Even, I know for a fact, once you've been self-employed or had a reason to do a tax return, you've got to do them every year, whether you've got anything to declare or not. You've got to still fill it in to say, I haven't got any money to declare this year, because you've had it all off me already, you miserable bastards.
Exactly. So, just in case I do get anything slightly misinterpreted, because like I say, it was like an hour and 15, and I probably should have done a live reaction to it. It might be something for future, podcasts or live streams, is for me to maybe jump on just myself and do these things if I happen to be around. Because there's a lot to take in. So I do have...
Yeah, no, definitely.
I can get it here.
You could just pause Rachel from accounts, couldn't you, and say what Rachel actually means is...
yes, absolutely.
What is it? We're going to go through pain. We're all in it together. Oh, no, we're not.
No.
Well, they certainly aren't. They're in the lifeboat, aren't they? Nothing. Even
I think
the old bloody Ginger... What's her face is on a comeback, isn't she? Allegedly trying to get her back into the
growler
fold.
returns.
The growler, the ginger growler.
Oh god!
Unbelievable.
It's a shame both selector isn't around anymore.
In no other walk of life or business, and again we go back. I always seem to go back to the BBC and their predilection for employing certain types of people. In no other business would you get away with any of this, get sacked, get suspended, you'd lose all your money, you'd lose your pensions, you'd lose your golden handshake, you would never work there again. But government, that's absolutely fine. I remember the day years and years ago, Boris Johnson will never be an MP ever again. Because he got kicked out for whatever reason. And then suddenly he's mayor. Yeah, suddenly then he's mayor, then he's prime minister.
Yeah. You can't keep him down.
Unbelievable.
You can't keep him down.
You can't. Yes, well, the old growler will be back in whatever shape or form, probably as prime minister when they kick Starmer out for his predilections.
Yes, well, he is... the news is going around that he's under some pressure, and... He did have that embarrassing interview that awesome newscaster the other day. Did you see that?
No. I try not to watch him because he physically repulses me.
He's being an idiot as usual, and she turned around and said,
yeah.
you are the chaos. You are the chaos. You're causing it all.
I tell you what I did see. Did you see him doing that thing at the school when he started doing the 6-7
the 6-7
thing? And I tell you what, we discussed it in the house the other day. Not the house, not in the House of Commons here. Bearing in mind that my son and his girlfriend are in their early 20s, they had to Google it. They had to Google what 6. So talk about being down with the kids. Even them in their 20s had to Google what this 6-7 thing meant. And then bloody Starmer's doing is to get down with the kids, as if you ain't down with kids enough. And then you got a bollock from the teachers. Oh, we actually give kids detentions for doing 6-7 in class now.
Yeah, well, Mini Driver mentioned it when I picked him up this morning. Sorry, this afternoon. He's just like,
where's he last night? Out and about.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it was mentioned this morning, obviously in the news report. And the teacher saying to him, we don't actually approve of that. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realise I must leave because I must exterminate. Yeah. But he comes out of school, it's like, oh, we had news sound on while we were waiting. And we saw Keir Starmer doing the 6-7 thing. Although they said, I'm not going to say the numbers, but he did the thing.
The hand thing, yeah.
So, what the heck? And it should be remembered, right? Where has that come from?
But we discussed this last night. A lot of Googling was being done. And I think Will's girl, Tammy, was saying it didn't come from a basketball player and then went viral. And then, I don't know, went all over the place. I don't know where its etymology was, where it started from. I think it was something to do with basketball. I think. I remember certainly years back, if you were at 6s and 7s, you were undecided, weren't you? Oh, more 6s and 7s, I can't make my mind up. That's what that used to be. And that sort of explains the hand moves a little bit, and sort of bit of one, half dozen of another. My logic, but no, doing a bit of Google didn't really help last night, because it seemed to come from everywhere. It sort of created more arguments than actually solved last night. And oddly, like I say, if two people in their 20s don't understand what it means, it's not that viral, is it?
So, the 6-7 meme originated from a specific lyric in a 2024 rap song, which went viral on social media and became a nonsensical inside joke, particularly among Gen Alpha.
So it means nothing? It doesn't even mean anything, it means less than nothing. Skrilla. So no one's ever heard of him? Well, people obviously have heard of him, but certainly the kids, like those kids at school, sort of, like, Mini Driver, that sort of age, sort of 6, 7, 8 and 9, probably won't be into that rapping music, and they're just following it because everyone's doing it.
So apparently it gained popularity on TikTok and Instagram because people kept pairing it with LaMelo Ball, who's an NBA player who's coincidentally 6 feet 7 inches tall.
Well, that makes a bit more sense, but it doesn't make any sense at all, does it?
No.
But I suppose it's better than kids inhaling cans of nitrous oxide and cans of Lynx, doesn't it? So it's a safer craze, I guess.
Apparently, the schools are banning it due to classroom disruption.
I'm sure there's more classroom disruption than saying 6, 7. So maths class is going to be interesting, aren't they? You can't do anything that involves an answer of 6 or 7 anymore because people start laughing.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So anyway, that's quite a digression. But I was saying, actually, you got to bear in mind who owns TikTok now. Now, this comes from 2024, so it's pre-Larry Ellison.
Yeah.
It was Larry Ellison, wasn't it? Got it, But still, you got to ask some questions. Yeah, when BB sat there going, we need to get it. Yeah, who was in control of it before?
Yeah. He's not doing it as well as he, BB. Imagine him going on to think, aren't he doing his whole 6, 7?
It's absurd. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly it.
Yeah. 6 and 7.
It all loops back. It does all loop back.
Yep. I remember Charlie Kirk, my good friend, telling me But 6 and 7s would be a meme.
Exactly. But he had nothing to do with Charlie Kirk, did he? He had nothing to do with Charlie Kirk's assassination whatsoever.
Except
Not anybody
his
even
best
thought
friend.
he did.
His best friend and confidant, who would send him messages and stuff.
Crazy. So those damn furries. We'll digress. We'll come back onto the furries another day. I think they're going to
dedicate. We were going to do it this week, but we have to dedicate a whole episode to that because there's so much to that now, and more developments that make it really interesting.
It is, and I've not followed it at all. It's something I probably wouldn't necessarily follow, but you start looking into, you start going down these wormholes, these rabbit holes, and interesting to say the least. Interesting.
Yeah.
Shall we plough on with? Shall we plough on with the budget?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we're trying to find anything else to talk about. Basically, anything other than the budget.
I know. I feel we must go through. We must go through the motions as they waded through the motions earlier.
No, they made us wade through their motion.
Their motions, yeah, exactly. It was just that, wasn't it? The thing that made me laugh, and again, the rank with a W, with an R. Sorry, the rank hypocrisy in this country. Oh dear, the Freudian slip there. The rank hypocrisy in this country. They bang on about the green issues and global warming, carbon footprints. What has been mentioned this week? Another runway at Heathrow.
Yeah, actually, have they got? So I've pulled up here, courtesy of Sky News.
I've got exactly this. I've got exactly the thing on my screen in front of me. Actually, I can actually read this one.
Good stuff.
No, I was looking at that because I was looking at this thing about the electric car duty. So a couple of friends of mine bought them. The early adopters, which you got to think these early adopters. It never works, does it? I mean, we was an early adopter on Betamax, for Christ's sake. Yeah, it never works. It's just never happens.
I've still got it.
Good quality, better quality than VHS. We're digressing yet again, though.
Yeah, but have you still got the Betamax? That's what people really want to know.
Yeah, no.
You do.
I had some really good ones, and they were the tapes are 750s, weren't they? 750 was the longest tape you could get. But they were better quality. Used for broadcast back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. They're
I wish I did.
Actually used these days for archiving. BCSP.
I recorded Smoking the Bandit, Cannonball Run. All the Burt Reynolds fare from the early 80s. Any which way but loose. Right Turn Clyde.
Bring them back. They're so good.
I tell you, yeah, they are good. It tells you how good this budget is. We're discussing anything apart from it at the moment.
Exactly. We're trying to avoid the actual subject.
But no, going back to this this electric EV car tax, like 3p a mile. Yeah. And the average driver does about 7,000 miles a year. So you're paying 200 quid a year. It was nothing, and you might just go and buy a Larry Mustang, mate. You must go and buy a 5-litre muscle car and think, bollocks the environment. I've got to pay 200 quid. I might as well pay a bit more.
It's this thing, right? I love how these racketeers are running this thing. Yeah, because I saw it from day one. And I was like, they're going to come for this. They're going to come for this.
Of course they are.
They're going for this green thing. They are appealing to those virtue signaling assholes. Like, do you remember the South Park episode about the electric cars?
Yeah.
And they all buy one, and they start farting into wine glasses and sniffing it, and all moving to San Francisco. Yeah. And I'm looking at that, I'm like, yeah, okay, that's great parody, but they're taking all of you lot.
Very true.
And they're going to do the Mr. Big thing. Do you remember Mr. Big and Katanga from Live and Let Die?
Yes. Yeah.
Played by Yaphet Kotto.
Yeah, Mr. Katanga.
I am linked to him by 1 degree of separation. I worked on a project with him.
Yeah. Oh, very good. Awesome. That's a good 1 degree, that is.
It's bloody awesome. I like that one. But it also, so Mr. Big, he was flooding the market with cheap drugs. Yeah. And giving it away. He was even giving bits away. It's like, when you all come, once they're all hooked, jack up the prices.
That's it.
And the government's just doing this over and over.
It happens every time, doesn't it? They said, must have been 15 years ago, buy diesel. Why they would say buy diesel is the dirtiest, most unrefined fuel you can get, practically rock oil. And they're saying buy diesel. So everyone jumped on the diesel bandwagon and then suddenly realised they're going to pay a shit ton more because it's emissions. So exactly the same thing. I mean, I've not really got a great deal of sympathy with electric car owners, I've got to say.
Absolutely.
Especially, I mean, they're fair to the ones that buy like the cheap ones, but the cheap ones have got no range. They don't last 5 minutes. It's the ones that have the Teslas that annoy the hell out of me. You know, £80,000 for a scale electric car. Out of me. Well, this is it's not the car. Yeah, you can't blame. Blame the game, not the player. You can't blame the car for that.
No, I blame the player as well. Fuck the player.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Fair play. But you've only got to look. You've only got to drive. Usually in the left-hand, the slow lane, the left-hand lane of a motorway, and you get in those tram lines the lorries create because they weigh megatons. Well, EVs aren't far behind on weight. They're a couple of ton apiece, aren't they? They're heavy.
Yeah.
So they're going to be destroying the roads a lot more than any of our cars are going to be doing. So quite right that you should pay it.
Well, she said that, and again, I don't think she split this one up, but they have split it up in this key points thing on the screen right now. Right?
Yeah.
So now you're going to have to pay yourself your 3p blood. 3 pence per mile blood. Right?
I don't know how they're going to administer that either. Where it's going to be, because like you don't got MOT, I don't think. It's not been an annual MOT for these cars.
Well, it's taxed on them now as well, isn't it? Actual road tax.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
so
how are they going
road
to...
tax, and now they have road tax, and this 3 pence per mile. And
I don't know how they're going to administer that charge. How they're going to work out... Is it just down to the owners being honest?
So, all of these electric cars, many people won't notice, but they all have sat-navs. They all have ECUs.
Definitely. Yeah.
They all upload data. And if you are getting your car regularly serviced, particularly at a dealership, there's another point of entry to get that data.
Yeah.
Right? But not just that. They know, and this is again one of the things, you got to read between the lines here and see behind the statement. How could they enforce something like that? Well, it's ANPR. With all of those flock cameras.
Trust me, there's enough of those about.
Flock cameras have already been denoted as against our human rights by Europe. Last week? Yeah, ECHR. Yet they're still introducing this, which is pretty much reliant on those things existing and tracking where those cars are going at all time.
Yeah, well, like I say, like they don't already know where we are at any given point anyway. You know, it's this big thing about the digital ID and all sorts, but they already know that. You know, if you think you're not being tracked at the moment, you're naive and green, aren't you? Because you can't do anything in this country. You know, you go to Tesco, the minute you use your club card, you get pinged. The minute you use your card, you get pinged. Your phone's pinging, your tracker's pinging you. But it'd be interesting to see how they do administer this 3p a mile thing. But I think... Go on.
I was just going to say, like, the sort of second hand of that was they're rolling out loads more bloody charging points. You hear that when she said that?
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, hold on a second. Where's the incentive?
Yeah.
You're going to get rid of more parking spaces in critical positions, like, for example, the Co-op car park, West Street, Liskeard, or the Cattle Market car park in Liskeard, or Sungert car park in Liskeard, just to give you 3 examples of where like a third of each of those car parks is now occupied by unused freaking charging stations.
Yeah, they could combine it with disabled bays, because no one uses disabled bays either, do they?
Yeah, well, to be honest, those electric cars.
It's for grandpas!
So, yeah. I'm getting so much use out of that. God bless you, Ricky Berwick. We love you.
But this is the other thing. So talking about disabled cars, they were saying about this the Motability scheme as well. Oh, we're going to stop them buying luxury cars. I don't know how much they think. They don't get. It's like 70 quid a week, I think, that you get for a Motability car. And these days, you haven't even got to be disabled. You can have a reason that you can't use public transport. You've got anxiety or whatever, or you just don't want to sit with common people. And you can get a Motability car. And they were saying, oh no, we don't agree they should be stigmatized. So on one hand, they should be stigmatized. Remember back in the day, in the 70s, they used to have these little blue three-wheelers. They weren't Reliant Robins, they were like little plastic three-wheelers. They were just like, I think, you still see it on the motorway saying no disabled carriage, no disability carriages. I think they still reference them on there, these things. And they were, old John Danner had a gammy leg. He had a little blue plastic three-wheeler car. Absolutely brilliant. But you can't stigmatise people these days. You can't go, oh, look, I've got a little three-wheeler. They must be disabled. But, I'm sure if I needed to get out and about, I wouldn't care what I drove particularly. If I needed, this is the thing, how desperate people are. But, oh, no, I want a BMW or Mercedes. Yeah, fine. Pay the extra and then pay the servicing charges and the parts charges, because I think that's all covered under the Motability. So if you have a BMW, and I know for a fact that they're bloody dear to service and get fixed, and you could just get a Skoda or a Vauxhall or something instead that's on the thing, or Peugeot, and they're normal cars, easier, yeah.
Yeah, like, again, this is where the virtue signalling is all over the shop here, right? Because we've talked about this. I think this one was supposed to be targeting something that is like a reform issue or an advanced UK issue, right? And we come back to our do I don't do like you do, that guy in Hounslow. Yeah?
Yeah.
What was he saying? I'm driving an Audi. You get the bus to work. I'm driving an Audi. Yeah? And immediately you said it's probably on one of his mobility schemes. Right?
It probably was.
Well, you're not the only person that's noticed that, clearly, right? And this sounds like a sort of, again, targeted virtue signal. I know what you people want. You want us to stop them filthy immigrants driving around in Audis and Beamers. So this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Right? Crazy.
Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. So that's killed that. That's done. I think let's say anything else on the car tax. But
the car tax, that's that. But the other tax that jumped out at me when she said it, because we've been following this quite closely in America. Do you remember what I said when we did the Cash Patel one?
Go on. It's a few weeks ago now, a few episodes back.
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to go back and find the episode, what was it called? It was Cash and the Untouchables, I think it was called, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. All the mafia raids and the mob guns, gambling commission.
So, context for people that don't know. Cash Patel a few weeks ago announced that the FBI had busted the families La Cosa Nostra, which he kept mispronouncing as La Casa Nostra, and he got me doing
which
it.
is the house.
So I apologise to anyone that pointed that out.
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't mean the house of us thing. It means our thing. La Cosa Nostra, the thing that's ours.
Yeah.
So they busted the Gambinos, the Benanos, Don Vito. Damn it, I've forgotten the
Anyone
name.
that ended with an O at the end of their names, basically, didn't they? Cleared them all out.
They cleared out all of the Italian mafia, yeah. And it's interesting because literally the week before, Trump had been in the Knesset singing the praises of the good widow Adelson. And she obviously owned a huge, or her husband owned, a huge investment in gambling worldwide. including the company I may or may not have worked for at one point.
Yes, indeed.
And she now obviously owns that, and she obviously clearly still owns it because she was in that fraud investigation where Sarah Netanyahu had tried to bribe her with, I think it was a diamond necklace, and she said she couldn't take it because she runs gambling companies. And I posited that this was a strike to take out her competition over there. And would something happen over here soon? Because as I pointed out, online gambling is a massive problem. It's boomed massively, and it's because all the investment went there because regulation is looser and taxes are a lot lower.
Yeah, of course. They definitely, put the kibosh on the gambling shop as it was the traditional betting shop, which used to be the preserve of working class men in their flat caps and whippets would go and have a little flutter. They sort of got rid of that a bit, made it a bit seedy, didn't they? But now a lot of modern ones have sprung up quite recently that are quite all-encompassing. But yeah, the online thing. But I think also not the fact that the gambling is a problem. I think probably the money they're going to save on that will probably go to helping poor people that are addicted to gambling as well, because that's got to be quite a big problem.
There's no support for that. Again, I can tell you categorically, I mentioned it before, we tested the restrictions, Gamble Aware and GamCare.
Yeah.
You can just bypass that stuff. You set up multiple accounts if you need to, and it's happened.
Yeah, well, people do, don't they? It's like anything like that.
Yeah. I mentioned that guy who, sadly ended himself because of it. And
a lot of people do.
Exactly the damn technology we were testing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how much we reported this doesn't really work back to DCMS. Yeah, they don't care. They, no,
it's like any addiction, isn't it? You just bypass it. So, they say about drugs, well, people will still get them. They'll just go underground and probably get worse drugs, and same as alcohol. They'll just go underground and buy worse quality stuff. They're still going to kill themselves, still going to get into trouble with it. It's just it's a bit more of a convoluted way of doing it. They'll find a way of doing it, but hey, when the fun stops, stop, as they say.
So the pertinent bit of this was remote gaming duty, which to define that means online gambling where the servers are actually hosted elsewhere.
Okay.
And it's interesting, right? Because it's saying remote gaming duty will rise to 40% from 21%, while online betting tax will rise from 15% to 25%.
Yeah.
Does that include the servers in Ireland? Because that's
where
they
all are. This is the thing,
are.
Isn't it? If it's good old Paddy Power.
Well, not just that. The actual core number crunchers, the RNGs, are in a deeply covered and heavily armoured and heavily guarded bunker in Ireland.
Really? Unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely. No shit. And it does make me wonder, does that remote gaming duty apply to that? Because technically being in Ireland, not Northern Ireland, is not remote. Okay, so that's a big old tax.
Yeah.
Almost 50%. Yeah. And
but it's not going to put people off, is it? People are still going to do it.
Well, they know that. But again, who's this going to hit hardest? Because Miriam has 60 billion in the bank that we know of, right?
Yeah.
I think again, this stinks to me like, lockstep movement. Mind you, the one thing that I did cheer about, bingo taxes being abolished.
Yeah, because that's a fairly low key. Although people do go mad on that, don't they? You hear about some people that they play these national games. It does get quite quite competitive and quite heavy. But I think your grey rinsers that go down to the bingo hall, your Mecca bingo hall once a week with their friends and get their dabbers out and do a few lines. Bingo lines, not cocaine.
Bingo lines, yeah. Just to clarify.
Yeah, just to clarify that. All down there snorting the good stuff.
Jan the man. Nice.
You can imagine it.
Hong Kong
Doris and Beryl down there, hunched over the toilet bowl in the back of Mecca.
Well, dude, I used to work at Mecca. One of the best jobs I've ever had. It was great. It was really good. I was cash line caller, main stage caller. And I would go out and give change out in between all of the other things that I was doing. But it did have some downsides. There was one lady, bless her, reception called me up and said, Leo, go to the women's toilet and help this lady out. And she'd fallen over in the cubicle. But there was an awful lot of detritus, let's say, that had managed to go literally everywhere. And I sort of looked under it and saw that she was on the floor. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So I jumped up and pulled myself up to look over, and I was like, oh God, what is this? Oh dear. But it was a great place, and bingo is a good community thing. And it's one of those things that I've often said I don't think is as popular anymore, and it should be. And it's a real shame.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just old purple rinses or anything like that. We had all the students down there because they always had great deals on booze and food.
Of course, yes.
And
well, that's like if ever I run the bingo on local, I do it probably once every 2 or 3 months, and it's the busiest night of the week when we do that.
Yeah.
Quiz is not so much, live music not so much, but you do bingo, it is rammed in there. We can't sell enough cards. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's really depressing, actually, because I look at it now, and the Mecca in Hounslow is a block of flats, like so many others all around the country.
Yeah.
And I think
I'm surprised they can call it Mecca anymore. I'm surprised they've not been told off about that.
Yeah, I think there was something about that. After Rank
it wouldn't surprise
sold
me.
them,
Wouldn't surprise me.
they were considering changing the name. If I remember correctly, I think they're not owned by the same people as Gala now. I can't remember. I used to service both of them. I used to service both of them. Like, not when I was working at Mecca, much later when I was working at the gambling company, funnily enough.
Yeah.
I actually ran all of the arcade, bingo and casino stuff. So that was I included them. But like I say, I'm hoping that will put impetus into bingo coming back a bit.
Yeah. I think it's certainly more popular. Yeah, I made a joke about the Blue Rinse Brigade. That's historically what you think, but as you said, it's coming now to a new, younger audience. Certainly with students, you do it in a student town, it's going to go mental, isn't it? It's going to go really big.
Now, what I would like to know, how does she rectify that against the remote gaming? And online gambling, online betting. Because bingo could include the rash of, was it Panda Bingo, Bull Bang...
Bull
Bango, Bilbo Bango Bingo.
Bingo Bongo Bongo Bingo Bongo.
Oingo Boingo Bingo. Yeah, I'm just making them up for them now.
I guess they're just saying it's bingo halls, I would think. It's going to be a Mecca and a Gala, isn't it? It's not going to be, because they haven't. They also haven't mentioned anything to do with casinos.
No, but that's a good point, actually. Because I would say casinos and location gambling is a bigger problem on the ground. Like, I think the online gambling is a big problem. But I still think the on location, there's real big problems there. Really big problems.
Well, I think you just need to speak to a few wives whose husband has taken their weekly or monthly wage into the casino and chucked it all on red or black and lost it and then come home with no money. Definitely a bigger problem, I think.
Again, it takes you back to that Monkey Dust sketch. Do you remember the one with the dad? and he's got his daughter over to visit for the weekend. His house is empty. There's just one poster on the wall for Barbie, and she's got her teddy bear, and he's reading her a book, and she's like, Daddy, won't you finish the book? He's like, no, I can't tonight, it's too late. And I don't think I can tomorrow either. And in fact, I think I'm going to have to take this teddy bear. Daddy, is it to feed your dirty habit of gambling? He's like, yes it is, darling. And he slips out and takes her poster. And it just cuts him at the horse races, and it's like his horse is dead. He's like, oh.
Jeez. It is, though. It's like all these addictions, though, isn't it? It really does affect people and families and stuff. It's for every good side, everyone likes a flutter, don't they, occasionally. Everyone likes a casino night maybe once or twice a year as an evening out, or the old Grand National, the Derby or whatever. But I think when you're chasing, as I say, don't chase your losses. They all do, don't they? They'll after the next win, aren't they? Yeah.
I think Asmund Gold made a really good point, didn't he, when I played that video? People, please do go and watch the other videos. Catch up with us. They're all on YouTube /Phluid Vision or @Phluid Vision. And he said it himself, because they've seen this, I think, as a more recent boom. I only think they legalised border-based gambling quite recently. Maybe under Obama. And he said it at the end, is that like now you go to a 7-Eleven, grocery stores have one-armed bandit set. And people want something, anything, to fill the gap in their lives where they haven't got what others have, and they haven't got an easy life, and they haven't got comfort, and they haven't got their food and energy bills, and that thing is going to be gambling.
They just want hope, don't they? They want hope, because it's got to be like, why do people play the lottery? Why do people do that? It's still low-key gambling, isn't it? You'll wish, £1 million. But then,
and again,
coming onto the budget, if you have £1 million and buy a house, you get slaughtered anyway.
Some of that bloody lottery money has probably ended up with one of the many gaming companies that was British once upon a time. But David Cameron, with his whole UK gaming initiative, funded a whole bunch of foreign entities to come in and buy them all up and shut them all down. And take all of our IPs away. And it left the door open for this insidious creep to come in.
It's that Starmer, isn't he? Insidious creep, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
The insidious creep.
But all that money just, like I say, a lot of that money, like the National Lottery money, it probably goes to one of those companies. They end up funding, for example, take Sega as an example, right? They outsourced everything to Bulgaria, Sofia, Bulgaria. And there's one particular translator over there who's very well famous because she's been changing Japanese translations to suit her agenda. And I think you can guess what agenda that is. I mean, she has a nose ring and pink hair. She actually looks like the stereotype of like the sort of lefty woke pig. And again, it's because they took government money. And they probably, well, not Sega, but other companies have taken grant monies from independent developers all the way up to major publishers. Sony as well, I'm not leaving them out. And then they've used it to fund these projects that are utter garbage. Like we said with Children in Need last week, right?
Oh, crikey.
You remember they're funding that Scottish young gay people thing? And it turned out that everyone running it were PDF files.
Yeah, funny that, isn't it?
It's interesting. That kind of makes me just deviate for a second, actually. I watched a wicked Mark Devlin video on Queen earlier. People go look it up. Go look it up, and that'll tie nicely into what we just said just there. But anyway, that's a digression. Back to the budget. 2-child benefit cap scrapped.
I wonder what section and demographic that is appealing to.
I'd be interested in
I'll
what
just
you think
leave
of
it
that.
there. I'll just leave it there, that one. I'll just leave it there. I mean, you know, they do say, don't they, if you wait until you can afford to have a kid, you never have one. That is very true. When you sort of do the calculations and you know, whatever it is, it costs you X amount of hundreds of thousands to get a kid to the age of 18, more than that if you send them to uni or whatever. So I get that, but you know, I think the people that go on to the more kids I get, the more bigger account size I can get, and the more benefits I'll get, and probably a slightly better mobility car I'll get.
It's interesting because this is one of several cases where she says one thing and it means a whole bunch of others, whether she intended that context or not. Right? And jumping on the Tories for this one, I felt she really gave away more of her own attitude, because she's not wrong with what she said, but at the same time they're not making it any better. And it's so funny to have her sitting there criticising those on the other side, saying that it was almost, the insinuation was it was almost Maoist. Yeah, you're using this China child cap, and the words she actually used were like being responsible and thinking about it and deciding not to have children, and lambasting the Tories for that. And I'm like, that is the most ridiculous thing of like the whole point of life. For anyone out there that doesn't get it, by the way, it hasn't got it at this stage, all of these questions of what is the meaning of life, what is my purpose, is to procreate. Okay, it's quite simple. You procreate, you sow your seed, you have another generation, you breed them up. Off you
exactly.
Go. Yeah, that's actually the key thing. All this other shit doesn't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. Yeah?
Don't mean nothing.
So, that statement in itself just says everything about both sides of this government, right? Or both sides of the aisle. It's just so stupid. When you've got the pseudo-communists in Labour telling the Tories that they're being Maoist by having a two-child cap.
Yeah. You've got to stop someone, haven't you? With all this stuff, you've got to have rules. I was a complete anarchy, and you can suggest there probably is anyway at the moment. The thing that got me from that is that the quote was, it estimates that just under 500,000 children will be lifted out of poverty. Who put those children in poverty in the first place?
In the first place, yeah. And they're not going to be. None of what they've announced today is going to pull people out of poverty. And I'm glad you mentioned that. That's one of the biggest things. Once it was all done, I was like, okay, let's just assess this. So, none of these people are going to be out of poverty. Do you know what stops poverty? No. Having actual freaking jobs that are real world stuff.
Jobs.
Yeah, that people can go to. Which brings me to Grantham.
It makes it...
Did you hear what she said about Grantham?
No, go on.
So, they had a fuel refinery, I think it was, or factory, that was shut down.
Yeah.
So, as like a compensation for that and a way to repair and help the people get back into work, so they're investing, was it 14 million or something, in a new green facility, like zero emissions, low carbon.
Oh yes, generation. I did. Yeah, I did hear about that. Yeah.
I was just like, what the?
This green thing is never going to fly anyway. It's not going to work. Not going to reach.
No.
Yeah.
Look, you're never going to be able to generate enough energy off of those systems. Like, okay, there's so many systems that are already in place that were supposed to be charging batteries that has never happened. Yes. And we are not putting back into the grid anywhere near as much as these facilities are taking out, whether it's solar farms, wind farms, or whatever. Right? And there's a whole category of other mechanics to these things that a lot of people have no clue about, that they don't realise that we're actually burning more energy to do this and generating bug all out of it. And we're certainly not going to generate enough to sell.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder where these people, going back to the electric cars, think, I'm saving you. Where's the electric coming from to charge your cars?
Well, you know where it's coming from? A modular
nuclear... It's not coming off your bloody roof, is it?
A modular nuclear facility being built by Rolls-Royce. Rolls-Royce. Really?
Yeah.
Let me just check something, right? Because I was just thinking, with that announcement, why Rolls-Royce?
Yeah.
So
yeah, you would think
do
not
they have a history?
Really there. Okay.
Do they have a history with nuclear power?
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. You know, turbines, okay, maybe they do jet engines, things like that. But no, not at all. Well, this is bypassed me the last 50 odd years. They got nuclear cars.
That's where you might be wrong. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Because Rolls-Royce have been making nuclear reactors for the military since the 50s.
Oh.
SMRs, they're called. Small modular reactors. The naval reactors. And what else did
plutonium
she
phantom.
announce?
What was that?
What else did she announce? Shipbuilding and stuff.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, do those two things have a connection? Potentially?
Potentially, yeah. Oh,
Because,
certainly.
Again, this is another dissonance in what she's saying. Is that we're investing however much in Grantham in 4 hippies with a tent over a field full of cows farting out methane and processing it.
Yeah.
Right? That ain't going to replace the jobs lost by the fuel refinery, is it?
No, of course it isn't.
And those people are going to be like,
Unbelievable.
oh, what, do I have to now retrain in, like, collecting cow farts?
Yeah.
I mean, really?
Just about sums it up. Just about says it
Yeah,
all.
exactly. That is exactly where we're at with that, right? But on the other hand, of this great green initiative, let's make some SMRs.
Yeah.
Wait, what? And also, isn't it convenient that those SMRs may also be, applicable to building the new ships and submarines and whatever from Glasgow and wherever she said.
That's it. Yeah.
So is this actually like an underhanded, like, additional funding?
Yeah, it does seem that way, doesn't it? It does seem that way.
I mean, we're selling a bunch of stuff to Norway, I think, don't we?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I
there's
believe so.
that. There's that. But the 2-child benefit cap thing tied into something else as well. And I'm going to mention it now because we are we've got about 40 minutes left, so we've still got more to cover. But it is also in there. So, another thing she used to beat the Tories over the head with, as a woman and a mother, I think she said,
Yeah.
was this whole thing of having to prove for alimony, as the Americans would understand it, child support.
Alimony, yeah.
So she was saying how disgusting it was that any woman would have to prove that she had been SA'd in order to receive benefits for a child, right?
Yeah.
And look, ostensibly, this is a complicated one. I know people are going to find this controversial, okay? But do people remember why that was introduced in the first place and what else it was tied to?
I'm sure you're going to tell us.
The incredible amount of money that has gone over the years from men's pockets into women's pockets.
Yeah.
Not all women's, but unscrupulous women's pockets, who would have a string of children with various men.
Oh, crikey, yeah.
And then claim SA, and then get them to pay alimony, and also sit on benefits.
Yeah.
That's actually what that was supposed to target. Obviously,
Never
that's
works.
not how it's
Never
been executed.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're going to make a claim like that, one thing you should at least have is a police report. Right?
Yes.
I don't think anyone out there in reasonable factor can argue that at the bare minimum, if you go and you say, I want benefits and I want particularly this man to pay for this child's future and mine,
then
you have to at least produce a police report. Because if you've never reported it to the police, It's literally just based on hearsay.
Of course it is. Yeah.
So is this not opening up a massive loophole again between those two things?
No, there's always loopholes, isn't there? There always seems to be. They don't seem to think any of it through. This is the thing. And I do get that, you know, a lot of this stuff is very traumatic for people. So necessarily they won't want to... Because again, with the history of the police, you've got this misogyny and rampant sexism in the police. A lot of people weren't believed. Well, a lot of ladies weren't believed, and they thought, I won't bother. A lot of them didn't bother, and probably a lot of people got away with things they shouldn't have got away with, and got away with things a lot longer because a lot of people didn't bother and didn't report things, which just goes round in a circle. So you can get, I get why they don't.
I don't think anyone out there is criticising the women who are genuinely in a position.
Oh no,
right?
No.
And I don't think that law was intended to punish people who have unfortunately ended up in that position. Okay, it's totally
but as ever, the law of unintended consequences, isn't it, as usual?
Yes, and I mean, to give a glib response in one sense, just take Amber Turd. Everyone believed her until it transpired that she was beating Johnny Depp. She took off the top of his finger with a freaking vodka bottle. She shat on his bed. She beat him so bad one night that he had to hide in the goddamn toilet and sleep in there.
Crikey, yeah. But this is the thing, though, isn't it? It's a lot of this stuff that gets publicised. It is guilty until proven innocent. It's very sexist, but a lot of it is.
Except when it comes to these women that are spoiling it for all the others. Right?
Yeah, and there's always that minority. There's always that section of the community. Position. Yeah.
I think that one is a big glaring hole in the budget that I feel is going to be taken advantage of. Because
of course it is.
Another thing that, is it here? That's childcare. We've done the pensions, haven't we? Benefits, right? We've done the luxury cars. Oh, have they not put it there?
What are you looking for?
Right, okay, so that's interesting. Sky don't seem to have put it up in there.
This is Sly News, don't forget.
Yeah.
I didn't want to trust the BBC.
So, under benefits, they literally just say that they're cutting the Motability, or changing the Motability scheme.
Yeah, luxury cars, but luxury cars were never part of the scheme. They got people have got.
They weren't supposed to.
Don't want defending these people. They have to pay extra for it. If you want a nice car, you pay on top of your £77 a week or whatever. Can't see £77 a week is going to get you a massively decent car, but still.
Yeah, and the other thing she said though was, and it's not here, is we're reintroducing face-to-face interviews for people who are disabled or cannot work.
Now, you see, that to a lot of people would say, what do you mean reintroducing it? Where's your lady saying what? I mean, that's just a given, surely, isn't it?
You would have thought so.
Again, it goes back to that poor little girl that was murdered by her parents, or her dad and her stepmum, whatever. Social services went to the wrong house. So this goes back to, you need to know what you're dealing with. You need to be able to see these people. And surely, if Roger down the road's claiming he can't walk, or he's got no arms, we need to see him.
Yeah.
Because he's quite happily sat indoors on his gambling machines all day without his arms and his legs. But
well, this is the other thing is the sort of quickly said sting of that as well, of we'll get more people back to work sort of thing. That was sort of the attitude of the whole thing. It was we need to get more people back into work, but also
more tax.
Those who generally can't go back to work, we need to be less punishing on. So we're reintroducing face-to-face. And immediately what jumped into my mind was two things. I was like, is she trying to take this back to when she joined the Labour Party, as she so liked to say, was 30 years ago I joined the Labour Party because Daddy dearest we said, "Who did we vote for, Daddy?" And he pointed to Neil Kinnock on the television and said, "We
God.
voted for him." And that's when I knew I was Labour. No independent thoughts, no critical thinking, no research whatsoever. Just because Daddy pointed to him. Right?
She's turning it into Julian Clary, your impersonation of Rachel Reeves.
Yeah. Actually, well, no, that was the other thing. She kept on doing this big, stompy voice. And then turning around, Madam Lady Speaker, if I may continue. I'm like, whoa, what is this? The serious schizo behaviour here, man.
Rachel from McAllister's telephone voice, obviously.
Yeah.
Or is she Richard from accounts?
I was thinking, is she trying to take us back to that 30 years ago of Rapsy, Nesbitt and Bread?
Yeah,
do you remember both of them?
Yeah.
And what was the weekly joke?
They were all on flipping benefits, weren't they? They claimed to
I
work.
didn't they?
Bread.
Didn't your job
Bread would always have that.
I got to get me a doll check.
That's it. Or going back to Boys from the Black stuff, old Yossi Hughes gives a job.
Yeah, I mean, literally the first episode of Rapsy Nesbitt, or the original sketch on Naked Video, was him in the job centre trying to justify having benefits, right?
Yeah.
And if you fast forward to the arguably pretty god-awful reboot that they did of it more recently, the first episode of that has him trying to tackle the new reforms of that current day government, which I think, wasn't that? It was either late Brown or maybe early Cameron government. Yeah. And
would have been
he was back
in
there, and this time he had to dress up as a woman and claim to be trans to get his benefits. Which ties into, interestingly, what you were saying earlier before we went live, doesn't it?
Oh, crikey, yeah. No, totally. You've got to... I've always, jokingly, tongue-in-cheek, you've sometimes got to be a bit creative with these things, with jobs or whatever. But yeah, it's playing the token, which is really, really bad. I got a very... Well, it's not much of a digression, but a friend of mine just WhatsApped me. Aid Edmondson has popped up. And he's quoting, "This obsession with working hard and hard-working families is depressingly Victorian. We live in an age of machines who can do our stuff for us. People should be having more diverse and more fulfilled lives, not grinding away until they die." Round of applause for Ed Edmondson, I say.
So what's supporting
but we have to work, it seems.
AI agenda?
Yeah. We have to work. We have to work. But
seriously, wait, what? Because she did announce yet more funding for AI and development in AI, didn't she?
Yeah, and how much electricity is that all used? They don't realise how much, as we said about these soap dodgers up in trees. There's Just Stop Oil. Yeah. Funnily enough, when the weather turns funny, Just Stop Oil don't seem like protesting too much. They like it in the summer when they can lay on the hot tarmac. But no one seems to realise all these soap warriors up in the trees and up on the gantries, all WhatsApping and Twittering people and Instagramming people. How much power that used for a single social media
it's not
post?
Just that. It's not just that, dude. Like, you know, I told you I was trying to build a meme machine or get one.
Yeah.
So obviously I ordered one and it got cancelled. It didn't turn up, right? So I was like, screw it.
It didn't exist,
build one. Like I always build my PCs usually, and this one time I just thought I can't be bothered.
Thank you.
Right? I just want to buy one.
Yeah.
Nope. Cancelled order. Didn't turn up. And I was like, fine, I'll build one. 990 quid in parts, and 190 odd of that was for 16 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. I'm like, bro, what? Are you insane? Like, what the hell?
That's crazy.
You can get like 48 gigs, but it's due in 3 to 4 months.
And
it's because of AI. Graphics cards.
What's the gestation time of that RAM?
Gone through the freaking roof, and it's not going to get any better next year.
No.
And she's saying, yeah, let's invest more in that. It's like, okay, well, how is the economy going to match that when we can't afford to buy the technology ourselves? and there's just so many reasons. Like, we could again do a whole episode. I did say we should actually do a whole episode on AI and Sam Altman and the cult of AI. It's because that ties straight into it.
We could just AI the entire show. I did it. When did I do? I did what as like tongue-in-cheek AI. Sure, I did one of my shows a few years ago, and it's all just like talk to text and it's all that sort of thing. You can do it. Obviously, you can do a lot better these days as well. But yeah, you could have to be here for that. Do we just type it all in?
Yep. But you mentioned that's Edmondson.
Not AI Edmondson.
He was in the Young Ones. He played Vivian.
Yeah. Vivian. And in Bottom, of course, with Rick Mail.
He's an insufferable twat. I appreciate Rick Mail because he tried to tell us what was going on like 5 minutes before. He might have been bumped off, who knows, but he died. But yeah, it's interesting you mention that because that fits in perfectly with like Brian May, right? Because he got up and said,
great badger botherer.
Well, he thought anti-vaxxers were all cuckoo, and stupid, right? And he had to go at Eric Clapton because Eric Clapton took the vax, right? And then reported having issues, and now he might not be able to play guitar ever again.
Yeah, quite major.
And Brian May had to go at him about that. Well, what was it, last year? Brian May had a stroke and he couldn't think of why
it's not a bit of karma.
Well, some people say it's karma. Yeah, other people said it might be Fauci juice. But there you go.
Yeah,
so it's
could have been TB for that badger bothering he does.
Yeah.
It's sad though. We mentioned before, haven't we? When these celebrities that have got nothing better to do, your Brian Mays, your Billy Braggs, your Fergal Sharkies, suddenly start jumping on the cause like Rivers and Badgers and whatever else there was, soup kitchens or something silly.
We need to go into this deeper. We need to do a whole like conspiracy episode, and again, go check out Mark Devlin, people. Everyone, go watch a bit because it's all tied together, man. Again, like there's reasons all of these people end up in the positions they're in, and there's reasons all these people seem to be from linked families, and they all propagate the same propaganda. I mean, God, the Queen thing. It was funny because, like I keep saying, a lot of things are vindication for me these days. And watching Devlin's presentation on Queen, I was just sitting there with a good lady driver, like, right, is he going to mention this, and this? And he did. And I'm like, thank God, people are getting there. You're starting to notice this now.
Yeah. They're waking up.
Yeah, it all ties in. The celebrities are there to be the mouthpiece. And I think one line that actually expresses this really, really well from Radio Gaga. Yeah. Everything I need to know, I learnt it from my radio.
Yes.
As they swoop through the city skyline from Metropolis.
Yes, in a dystopian society.
What year was that released?
Oh,
82,
yes,
84.
Yeah, it said a man who's doing 80s show. I should have known that. Yeah.
Yep, and what was the name of the original band that Brian May set up with Roger Taylor?
Smile.
1984.
Yeah.
It was actually a band
I know they were doing
Smile.
Smile before that. Oh,
no,
links
Smile
back,
was the one
back to George Orwell.
with Tim What's-His-Face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tim Swafford, was it his name? I've forgotten his surname. But he was the original singer before Freddie came on. But we're digressing a lot there. But, again, these people are all there to be mouthpieces to particular causes, depending who they're
I mean, fair enough. Yeah, if you've got a public persona, and we used to do what we could do with our limited public persona for certain causes, but I think if you've got a persona like these people, fair enough. If there's a cause you believe in, but you do wonder what the link is between Brian May and Badgers, don't you, really, and Fergal Sharkey and Riverbanks. But,
well, probably similar with Brian Cox, who is good friends with Brian May. They both happen to be into
course.
the whole space thing, right?
Oh, they're both astronomers or astrologers, aren't they? Whichever one they are.
Astronomer.
Yeah, because Brian May's got a
astrophysicists.
Yeah.
Yes. But they both performed in bands, including D. Reen, right?
Yes.
Things can only get better. Tony Blair, we're back to him again.
The irony, things can only get better. Yeah, can't get much worse.
It all ties back. Of
course it does. Thing. It's all linked.
It's ridiculous. But let's have a quick breeze through any of the other little bits we've got here. Was there anything else that stood out to you that you can remember?
Well, the thing that stood out to me was the £2 million, in inverted commas, mansion tax. Now, I don't know what era these people are living in when they think a £2 million house is a sodding mansion. I did a bit of research just now. So take London, for example. The average house price in London is £1 million. They ain't going to buy you a mansion in London. £2 million will get you a luxury apartment. Yeah, folks, that'll get you a flat, basically. A flat in London for £2 million. Or a small house in central London, £2 million, or a larger one out in the suburbs. And they're saying that there's 145,000 houses that are worth more than 2 million in the UK. So it's not going to really raise a great deal of money. And arguably, it's like we said before, it's like the farming tax. Yeah, okay, you might be sat in a £2 million house. You're probably paying a mortgage on it, so you're probably paying the enhanced mortgage on it anyway, because interest rates aren't brilliant at the moment. And it's only really worth £2 million when you sell it.
And if you've got a house valued over 5 million, is £7,500 really going to bother you?
No, it's not. Bro. But it'll be annoying. I would think if I've worked.
Well, I was going to say, look, just remember how a number of these properties are going to be running. These people don't technically own these properties. They've registered a business of sort there, and they're operating it basically as a business property with all of the benefits of that. Like Steve Frater, who used to run the Global Draw here in the UK. Yeah, and this is interesting because it's very much along these lines. Where I used to live in West London was near a place called Jersey Road, just next to Oxley Park. I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago because they have the gated houses up there, and the Sultan of Brunei lives just next to it. And they actually started out in one of the houses along there, but the minimum value at the time they did that, which was I think the 90s, 94, 96, something like that. I think it was 750 grand. That house would have been valued.
Crikey.
And nowadays, it's in the millions. All of that road is millions and millions.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if the majority of the people are doing the same sort of thing. It's
the same old thing, isn't it? The people that can afford
manufacturing actual gambling machines in the garage in Jersey Road.
No, of course not. But it's the same old thing. The people that can afford to evade tax and have got the wherewithal can do it. The ones that can afford to have offshore accounts and limited companies, and it's people that, it's the people that it gets me. It's the people that have worked all their lives, as you and me, or we're still working. We will be for a long time to come, probably. Have got to where we are because we've worked. We've mentioned this every single week, probably without fail. We've worked since we were 14, 15, 16. We've done colleges, unis, and whatever, and we are where we are because of hard work. And I would say if I was that successful, I don't think you've got to be massively successful to own a house worth 2 million. Certainly not in London, and certainly not down here. You get a place down at, you go down to Rick Steen's area. You don't get much for £2 million down there, are you? You're going to get a beach hut. Pretty much. And I'm damn sure if that's what I aspire to and wanted and had, I'd be damn bugging if someone's going to charge me extra for it because I've had the wherewithal to own a house like that. And
even at that, like, so many of the rich people are already gone. And there's another scam that needs to be looked into, right? You know, you see those adverts for win this £1 million house.
Oh, crikey. They're normally blighted, though, aren't they? If you look into the small print, it's like built over an old open cast mine or right about the foot of a cliff or something. But no, I know what you mean.
A whole bunch of contractual obligations to winning one of those that can ruin a person.
Yeah.
And they never tell you about that. But one of the houses that came up, when we came here for a holiday years before we lived here, we went to... Which beach was it? It wasn't Polperro. It was down those ways. Is it?
Oh, it's all Talon Bay, Talon Bay?
No, it was Sand something, I think. Oh, no, Seaton.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, down there's a massive mansion right on the beach, you know? And big problem with that mansion, for one thing, is it's right on the beach. And obviously the sea is eroding everything backwards.
Yeah.
And I know this because it used to be owned by Zane Lowe.
Oh, right.
You remember him?
Yeah. Yeah.
Radio 1 DJ Zane Lowe.
That's it.
E4, Channel 4.
Yeah.
And he couldn't sell it for love nor money. I think he was looking for between 9 and 12 million. I think it started around 12 and he brought it down to 9. Wasn't going anywhere.
Okay. Yeah.
And the last I saw was that being the prize house in one of those competitions.
Yeah. Yeah, there's always a reason why they're getting rid of those.
Well, did they tell the people? Like the state of it and the fact that it's not going to be there in 10 years? Yeah.
I think there was a thing, wasn't it? I'm fairly sure there was, like I said, documentary or expose of it. Something on TV about one of these poor people that did, in inverted commas, win. And like you say, there's caveats, there's all sorts of reasons why they've been given away, and it ruins people, doesn't it? They then can't sell them. Fair enough, I don't want a house up in Burnley, but if I win it, I'll sell it. And it turns out you can't sell it because, there's some reason why you can't sell it. Hence why it's been given away.
And again, I just think of people like Ellen DeGeneres. She's moved in.
Yes, yeah.
That ain't going to affect her. She don't give a shit about $7,500, does she?
No, of course not.
That's literally pocket change. She spends that much on a handbag just to throw at her associate producer and call her a bitch for not getting her a mocha chocolate and a fucking kombucha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she can go back to where she come from, really, can't she?
She can go into the frickin' sea for all I care. That woman is horrible. And Rosie O'Donnell too. She can go back to America. But to finish on that mansion tax, I thought it was hilarious because she said this and I was like, really? It will raise 400 million. I'm like, that's
nothing.
That's not even the value of one of the houses.
No, exactly. It's crazy.
The people that are actually the problem in society are living in mansions at least like that value or higher.
Yeah. And it's
God damn.
not even an inconvenience. £7,000 is not an inconvenience to them, is it?
No.
These are the people, don't forget, that treat parking tickets that you and I would get for parking WLO as a cheap means of parking in central London.
Yeah.
We can't park anywhere, so we just chuck on WLO outside Harrods and we'll happily pay the fine because actually it's cheaper than parking somewhere.
Yeah. I know lots of people actually. I know plenty of businesses, like independent businessmen, that actually do say, look, the ticket is actually just going to be cheaper.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Or you take the chance of not getting a ticket. I mean, it's very unlikely in London. But I mean, to give List Garden as an example, my son used to work over there at night, and it used to start at a certain time when you had to get a ticket. And he said, I haven't bought a ticket for a month, but I figure if I get one ticket, it's actually cheaper than paying to park there for a whole month. So you got to play the averages. It's a bit like back to the gambling again.
So we've got one bit of good news with the average annual energy bill will be cut by £150.
Wow. Wow.
Okay. I mean, some energy security would be quite nice. You know, maybe if we built a few more like coal factories and maybe some oil refineries. And
use what's in the North Sea at the moment. Just a thought.
Yeah. crazy, and not
I don't
blow
know
up
why you do it.
pipelines.
Well, you know, why when the world's in the state it's in, why we are relying on primarily Russia, the Middle East, all these countries to supply us purely on goodwill.
The reason that we are expressly reliant on Putin and his fuel resources is thank you, Obama. He crashed the goddamn market at a perfect point for Putin to swoop in and buy the whole lot up.
Exactly it.
This is like back in, what, 2014, 2015?
Yeah.
2013 to 2015, because I was tracking this.
Yeah.
And I was tracking the price of crude and all of that. And I said to people, in fact, God, yeah, this must have been 2013, because I was working at Sega at the time. Yeah? I was saying to people there, dude, like, Putin is going to wreck it, man. The way Obama is killing the market. And he's just swooped in and bought it all up, which he did.
Yeah.
And now
it's common sense. Yeah.
Absolutely stupid. And also blowing up pipelines.
Yeah. We do pay one of the highest costs for our energy in the world.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's mental, isn't it? It's absolutely
crazy.
Really not good. And that is a basic. That isn't even a luxury. Although it's turning into for a lot of people, isn't it? It's like the old heating or eating thing for the elderly in the winter.
Yeah.
You think, you should be doing this. You shouldn't have to. If that was me, if I was an old... They worry, don't they? But if I was an old man, old biddy, I'm not going to freeze, so I'm going to put it on. If I ain't got the money, they can't have it. They can't cut you off for non-payment. They can stick on one of these stupid meters that charges you $3. That's the other thing I don't get. So you can't pay your bill. So they stick you on a key meter, immediately charge you for the benefit of having a key meter, and then ramp up the cost per kilowatt hour to use a key meter. How's that going to work?
Yeah. They've also scrapped the energy company obligation, which was supposed to tackle fuel poverty and reduce carbon emissions.
You see all this stuff? We're in the year... Just let us sink in. We're in the year 2025 and we are still talking about poverty. One of the richest countries in the world, conceivably. A lot of wealth. And we're discussing poverty. Just putting that one out there. Interesting. You know, it's going back to Victorian times. They probably did it better. I mean, you know, I guess arguably you don't miss what you've never had. So the Victorians didn't have a lot of things. They didn't miss them. And there obviously was deprivation and stuff. But they're probably a lot happier.
Yeah. A lot of people might argue
God, sound like a lot of old men, aren't we? A lot of grumpy old men this evening.
Well, I mean, again, there's just not much to really get out of this.
There's no joy in the world. No joy in the country at all.
I mean, we've got this training for apprentices under 25 at small companies.
Yeah.
So, 820 million towards efforts to guarantee every young person a place in college, an apprenticeship, or personalised job support.
That is fine if the people want to be there. As much as you want people to work, if they don't want to work, they'll just... It's like the dole, isn't it? On job seekers, you've got to go to... You're forced to go to a number of interviews per week or demonstrate you've done it or applied. People just go through the motions. I've had it years ago, and I used to employ people. You could tell straight away, you're from the job centre, right? Yeah, could you just tick my form? Yeah, go on then. I'll say you've been. I'm not going to waste my time interviewing you because you clearly don't want this job. I'm going to tick your form and say you've been here.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the point? It's just paying lip service.
Yeah, I mean, long have I been saying, as many of us have, is that we need a much better apprenticeship structure in this country. We need much better
proper old school apprenticeships.
Jobs.
Proper old school. Yeah.
Yeah, but is
Builders,
this guarantee going to go towards
that? Of course it won't.
Or is it all going to be bullshit?
Yeah, and you'll guarantee that it will be... Probably the training companies will probably be owned by a politician, I'd imagine. They'll probably fill their little grubby paws with some of the spoils from it.
And what are they going to train people in? Because, I mean, you remember I told you about Falmouth? How I went down there to do some interviews of some of the students for a job. And I went into a aircraft hangar full of like 1,000+ students, and they're all expecting to go into games jobs that just don't exist.
Yeah.
Is it going to be another case like that, where it's just all this funding is going to go in there, but they're going to be training people in spurious shit that we have no industry for?
Yeah, they're bound to be, aren't they? Bound to be, because people want to do what they want to do. Ideal world, you do what you want to do, but in the meantime, you get a job. Is it, isn't it? You know, I want to be doing this. However, while I'm not doing this, I'll do this because it pays. I mean, I'm sure there's things you'd rather be doing than what you're doing every day, but until you get that break and get to do that, you do what you do.
Yeah, I mean, it says here after 18 months, 18 to 21-year-olds will be offered paid work instead of benefits if you make it 18 months.
Exactly.
Because there used to be that clause with the 0-hour contract, where if you were on one for over 12 months, they were obliged, the employer was obliged to offer you a long-term contract.
Yeah.
And the way Sega got around that was to zero you down in month 10 or 11 and bring you back to month 13 or 14. Yeah?
There's always ways around these things every single time, and it's absolutely crazy.
Yeah. That's the thing, they'll always find a way. But yeah, I mean, again, it's like performative bullshit again. Yeah, that sounds great, but where is it actually going? What is it going to be? And will it be of any constructive use to anyone?
No, it will be in the renewable sector. I will guarantee it. They'll be telling people how to fit solar panels to a roof and how to fix a wind turbine.
Or training AI.
Old.
Yeah, you know, just literally feeding AI with garbage all day. Yeah.
Rather than they know they need to build more houses in this country, instead of training up builders and plumbers and sparkies and plasterers, proper trades that we actually probably do need. It will be these fluffy jobs, like I say, be renewables or, like I say, AI.
Yeah. Books for school libraries. This one, good lady driver jumped on as well as me straight away. So a total of 5 million will be given to secondary schools for them to buy more books in their libraries. Excellent.
Because they're probably really well used, those libraries.
Well, the thing is, they are. They are. Mini Driver loves them. He's great at reading. He's got quite an advanced reading age, and he loves the library at school. He does like bringing books back.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
But even he said the other day, "What's wrong with David Williams?" I was like, why have you got?
So it will be.
It's like,
it will be these.
Like, they read them every now and again.
These woke PC books. So it'll all be books, and probably a bit younger than his age. It'll be teaching you how to be trans. Probably, I bet it's sections in the library now. What if I'm not really a boy?
Well, to be fair,
why does Daddy wear a dress?
One of the books he's brought back in the last couple of weeks is quite a thick one, and I was quite impressed. I was like, oh, cool. But the content of it is talk about like dealers and gangsters and all this sort of stuff and murder, and I'm like, that's interesting. You found that in your school library for your age, you know how old you are. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't mind.
I'm surprised.
I know that
it's real world, isn't it? To be fair.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be sort of traumatized by reading that. But my concern is they also have all these David Williams books and other books that start venturing into that area of very inappropriate content.
Yeah.
You know? And
I'm not surprised.
Well, she did also relay about the success of the food in schools, didn't she? And that one I thought was interesting because, again, where's that food coming from? I mean, we're very lucky. The school here, I've seen where their food's coming from, and it is an organic supplier and whatnot. But again, when we're getting into this government-funded side of things, how many schools are going through suggested government suppliers? How many of them are using, for example, 3D printed chicken, which has been found in Campbell's soup in America recently?
3D printed chicken. Only
I'm not
2025, folks.
Go check it out. Like, apparently Campbell's Soup is using 3D printed chicken.
Oh dear. Well, that's quite interesting because obviously Warhol did the whole pop art thing of the Campbell's Soup tin, didn't he? So he probably quite approved a bit of 3D printing, wouldn't he? He'd approve of that.
Because don't forget, he also demoed the Amiga.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And he was painting Debbie Harry, wasn't he?
Blimey. Yeah, remember that. Yeah.
He recreated the Madonna multicolour Pantone print on the Amiga.
Yeah. With
Debbie Harry.
That's it. Yeah.
God, I wish I had the clip of that. I would have cut in. I'll do it in post.
Yeah. No, that definitely. I remember that now.
Yeah. Wider inheritance tax rules.
I don't agree with any of this inheritance tax. How many times can you pay bloody tax on something?
Didn't she mention though, like this is in line with the taxing on farmers, which was a resounding success?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, really? You don't see the guys out the front there in their fucking tractors?
They were there today protesting, weren't they? I think that's what you're saying.
I mean, what level of delusion are these people under?
Oh, it's total.
The only thing that could make it any more pure point was, you know, what the French ones did of just ploughing shit all over the Parliament buildings.
Yeah.
They should have done that whilst he was doing the speech at that very moment, because it hasn't gone down well at all.
No.
And
crazy.
The problem is, you got these absolute idiots out there. Oh, I've never met a poor farmer, and they deserve this, that, and the next thing, blah blah blah. Oh, selling out solar farms.
Gotta say, I do rub shoulders with a lot of them where I am down here. They're not rich. Their asses hang out their trousers. They drive old bangers around, and okay, they've got 100 acres, 200 acres, which is the average sort of size. Can't do anything with it. Not if you can sell it.
They're supposed to be growing our food.
Well,
this is again where none of this is addressing the issues.
To grow our food.
I mean, again, the ignorance of the people arguing this, right, where they've never spoken to farmers, met farmers, seen farmers meet, or any of that. And they're there explicitly pointing out that the government is absolutely shutting down their ability to grow anything other than rapeseed. And if they don't grow seeds for seed oils, which are bad for us people, then they're being forced into solar farms.
Yeah, which kills the ground beneath them.
Yeah, and they're like, I don't do solar power or none of that stuff. I grow fucking corn.
Yeah, what you need to make bread, you need to eat. They get
that steak you like? I grow that.
Where's that come from? Where does that come from?
Don't worry, they're 3D print it.
Yeah. I mean, crikey, you go into Tesco, it is bloody expensive. It's not. I mean, lucky we've got sheep down here, but I mean, you don't want a leg of lamb. We're looking at 25 quid. One of the most stolen items in Tesco is a leg of lamb because it's worth so much bloody money.
Yes,
you don't need to do a salt bay and wrap it in gold leaf because it's dinner anyway.
Again, there's a scandal brewing behind that. I've been following some reports coming in about how there's a lot of things marked as British that aren't at all.
Oh yes, yeah. And the hoops you got to go through. A friend of mine just had a red tractor assessment, and the hoops you've got to go through to be red tractor approved and accredited is unbelievable. Yeah. Even down to how you store things, how you store pesticides, how you store your chemicals and fertilizer, whatever. Oh, it's ridiculous. You need to be scientific. It needs to be like a clean room for everything. It just doesn't happen on the farm. It's just absolutely crazy. Yeah. But farm, you've heard of greenwashing and blackwashing. It's farm washing, isn't it? They're sort of bigging up the farmers, but don't want to give them anything. Don't want to help them out at all.
No.
Because they're all rich.
Step. You know,
they're all rich. Yeah, £250,000 combine, but they need it. They're not buying it because they want to ponce around town in it.
and they
It's
can't
actually
even
needed
repair
for their
it.
job.
Yeah,
No.
they're not allowed to repair it now.
Would
either.
you go to an engineering company that produces things for widgets for submarines or whatever, and say, well, why do you need a £1 million machine? Well, it's for my job. That's fair enough then.
Yeah.
I don't seem to see it with farmers, but there you go.
Yeah.
You've alighted, and alighted is probably the right word on the railways and the Ubers. And I thought I said Usain Bolt. There's Uber and Bolt.
Yeah, so did I then. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought, well, he's quite quick though, isn't he? You wouldn't pay much for a trip with him, would you? He'd be really quick.
Yeah, that would be good actually. Yeah. It'd be nice if they got a little bit quicker. But yeah, ride-hailing apps like Uber and Bolt will have to pay the full 20% rate of VAT.
Why wouldn't
And
they?
again-
Surely taking a taxi is a luxury. Price they charge you to do that. We looked a couple of times, sort of getting out of town on like a Saturday night or something. It'd be quicker to hire a proper driver for a week.
And look at how much it's supposed to raise. 700 million
Again,
a
it's
year.
nothing. Yeah, it's not a great deal. And the great scheme is when he's got this fictional 50 billion black hole, because they're chucking 200 billion a year to Pakistan for contraception.
The tax on the houses for the richer houses, as they put it, right? Only 400 million. Wait, what? So, like, your taxis are going to generate more than taxing the £1 million ransom owners.
Yeah.
Your whole remit of tax the rich doesn't seem to be kind of working here.
Absolutely.
Right?
No, absolutely.
It sounds performative again.
The rail fares get me. Rail fares will be frozen for the first time in 30 years. The good thing with rail fares at the moment, my son and his girlfriend went up to London to the Hyde Park gig in the summer, and they got a train and it was delayed, and they pretty much got the whole journey back because it was delayed by like half an hour or something stupid. My wife come back yesterday from London, got into Liskeard the other night, and that was 15 minutes late, and she gets 25% off. So I'm surprised they're making any money at all, these rail companies. Huh?
Deep cuts then.
Yeah.
Put them tish.
So I don't know how they're making any money at all. Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
That one just went straight past you, didn't it?
I didn't hear most of it. You cut
Rail
out.
fares,
Go again with it.
Train journeys, deep cuts.
Oh, very good.
It's quite a
Very
common thing
good.
on our rail service these days. I hear.
Yes.
I wish I had that button next to me again. Put them tish.
And they're not extending the DLR. Well, who cares about DLR anyway?
No one cares about that.
I'm surprised they didn't put in. We're gonna subsidise the 85th runway at Heathrow and buy a load of houses under the flight path. How long be going about this runway for? It makes you laugh, doesn't it? Because like we said before, they're trying to do as net zero. Bloody Ed Silly Band, bloody Bacon Boy keeps banging about net zero. It's never going to happen. Oh, we must stop all these little pointless journeys. Just have another runway. Just put some more planes up in the air because they don't use any fuel, do they?
I used to live there, and it was a problem all my life. Like they're always talking about expansion of the airport, and then Terminal 5 came along, and I don't know if you remember the story of that, but the government granted a building company here to do it, and they cocked it up so badly they had to get the Germans in to fix it.
That doesn't surprise me.
So,
the Germans who probably destroyed a few of our runways back in the war as well.
Yeah, what's funny, I'm pretty sure it's the Labour government that was under as well.
More than likely. More than likely.
So expect exactly the same thing to happen here.
Yeah. The thing I didn't realise, I think I mentioned to you this before, about the runway at Plymouth. There used to be a runway at Plymouth down near where B&Q is, that sort of area. Marsh Mills, it's called. Yeah, not until that long ago, I don't think. I sort of shut in probably the late 90s, something like that. Can you imagine that? An airport in Plymouth. Should have one, it's a city.
Well, they're getting investment for shipbuilding and that, aren't they?
Yeah.
You did mention that. Business rates reduced for retail, hospitality, and leisure properties. Funded by an increase on premises worth more than $500,000. Which again,
I mean, business rates.
Dude,
It's just another.
It's not going to help.
No.
This is balls because like, look at our town centre here. John at Little Shop is closing down now. The bookshop on the Parade has closed down. Mama Mango has closed down. I'm trying to think. There's some other shops, like they're all basically going to close.
Yeah.
And this isn't going to help them.
No. And with leisure and hospitality, so pubs in particular. I was talking to our landlord down the pub the other night, and they may well be not charging you this, but then it's being clobbered like £1,500 a year for PRS. But who knew? PRS, they can reduce. If you don't want to pay £1,500, you can say I don't want to pay that. How about £1,200? No, go away. Oh, and you got him down at £600 in the end. But if he'd have been willing, he'd have quite happily taken £1,400 off of him. But oh no, well we might have something out of you. Let's have £600 out of you, and you pay £600 in the end.
Yeah, PRS is a mess, man. Total mess.
It's ridiculous. You can't even have the radio on in the kitchen for your chef, lest it bleeds out into the pub.
Yeah, like we could do a whole episode on my experience. I'll tell you, I'm sure I've mentioned this before. The last check I got from PRS, which was like 20-something p, 23p, and the stamp on the front cost more.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I was like, dude, what is the point of you, really?
Yeah.
They did say there's an increase in taxes on properties worth $500,000 or more, like the warehouses used by online giants such as Amazon. Like they care.
Well, they need to be hitting Amazon for a lot more than that. No.
Yeah. $500,000.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, that's the value of the warehouse, right? They make that much in about a minute.
Yeah.
Like, literally. And Christmas is coming. And Black Friday is this week.
I bet most of that is offshore, that money as well. Down shore to offshore. They don't pay much tax in this country. But you don't want to go after them. They never ever want to go after your Amazons, your Facebooks, anyone the big American companies that we spend shed loads of money with. They don't want to touch them because they're so scared they'll go. Well, they can't go because they're not here in the first place.
What it doesn't mention here, import duty. Yeah, you remember she said that she's going to enforce that everything coming into this country has to pay the import duty properly. Now that is going to have a major impact. For example, trying to get musical equipment in this country. We don't even have Digital Village anymore. These are all owned by one major company out in Europe. And all of it is shipped from the same bloody place in, I think, Luxembourg or Hamburg.
Yeah.
So they put this in place, say those companies go, right, fine, we'll hand that cost down to the customer. We won't be able to afford to buy those. And there's nowhere in this country.
Exactly.
Another example, Bodmin, the music shop in Bodmin's closed.
I'll tell you what, there's not much in Bodmin. I drove through the other day, there's not much in Bodmin anymore.
Yeah. Because all of the proper businesses that are actually going to make our economy work and keep the money in this country are all closing left, right and centre. Yet all of these budgets, like her opening statements about like the reliefs for investing in this country and the fact that our pensions later are going to help that by investing in these companies. It's just ridiculous. It's so stupid.
Goes against it every single time. Yeah. So I think we started off by saying it was... Go on.
No, go on.
No, so I say we started off by saying it was a nothing budget. We've made 2 hours out of a nothing budget, but we haven't learnt much, have we? We really haven't learnt much, only that nothing's changed and situation normal, all fucked up as usual.
Yeah, I mean,
defence. What are you doing about defence apart from probably selling our souls
2.6% of GDP to be spent.
Right.
2.5% of our entire GDP is going to go on defence. Okay, fine. They're shutting down that NHS England thing.
Oh, okay. Where are we on that?
And they're freezing the cost of prescriptions at £9.90.
That is ridiculous, isn't it?
Mm.
I mean, a couple of times I've popped into the... I hate going to the chemist. I went with my dad. He needed something. For one thing, it's just a glorified Argos, isn't it, a chemist? Why you've got to wait while they go at the back and make a potion for you when it's actually in a box. I'll be 2 hours. No, it won't. Just get off your ass, get them out of the box, put them in a bag. Simple as that. I won't take 2 hours. Anyway, I was in there and this guy... I got a prescription for whatever it was, some sort of potion. Oh, well, you can actually buy it cheaper. So instead of paying £9 for your prescription, you can buy it as a cab for £2.50. What's that about? What is that about? It's ridiculous.
Again, because of the way the NHS is forced
unique
to
way in
source
which NHS
its
is funded.
stuff. You know, again, they're not
and the
tackling
waste,
the problem.
The absolute waste, as we've mentioned it before. So a friend of mine works in the NHS on the IT side. Rooms and rooms and rooms of boxed up laptops, never to be opened. They can't be. It actually costs more to open them and power them up than anything else to do with them. Prescriptions again. Like my dad, he got something in error. He didn't open it. Oh no, it's left the building. We can't have that back now.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
What waste?
So that's a pack of tablets somebody could use, or dare we say, send to a third world country. I'm sure they won't mind that my dad's handled them without taking them out of the box. Oh no, just chuck them down, just chuck them in the bin, chuck them in wherever, chuck them in Phil Sharky's River or Brian May's Badger set for a weekend. We don't mind.
Yeah. He'd probably quite enjoy
that. The money they bloody wasted it, and they get his prescription wrong every week as well. It's a repeat prescription. How can you get the same thing wrong every week or get something wrong with it? And then, it's crazy. That's the prescriptions for you. But yeah, £9.90, that's just crazy.
Pardon me.
It really is crazy. I mean, you can you could probably get Nurofen, ibuprofen on prescription, and you can buy it for what, a couple of quid in the shops. I don't get the whole prescription thing. I get certain things you need to get on prescription because they're controlled, not controlled. Yeah, I mean they're proper drugs, proper high-powered things. But I don't get why, unless it's a big pharma conspiracy. Wheeling Russell Brand for the pharma conspiracy. That's for another day.
Oh yeah,
he's gone quiet, hasn't he? He's gone very quiet, Russell Brand. They tried to defame him, rightly or wrongly, because he's a bit of a creep. And that all went quiet, didn't it? When he started banging on about the big farmers, they soon shut him down, didn't they? With a load of sex pest claims, which don't seem to have come to fruition.
He's still on YouTube. He's still going.
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't doubt it. But all the stuff that he was supposed to be defending himself against, all this molestation claims, whatever else he was alleged to have done with people, probably quite consensual in the comfort of his own home.
I think the BBC thing has helped that. What with their misreporting of Trump and whatever. He has been talking about that. But just lastly on the health centres to expand more services into communities, and we're getting one in Truro.
All right. Is this where you've got a pharmacy pretending to be a doctor? Pharmacist, should I say?
I mean, again, what would be better is to expand Liskeard Community Hospital to have an actual small A&E unit, for example. That would have been better.
A lot of them don't, though. A lot of them don't. I mean, they built a whacking great one where I used to live, up in Berkshire. And I mean, enormous. They had like 50 consulting rooms in this community hospital, but no A&E. And we would actively, I used to do a bit of overnight driving for the doctors, and I would actively turn people away. I was on a midnight shift, and we'd have people turn up at our doors bleeding profusely. They'd just been run over outside of something stupid, or been bottled in the pub. We got doctors in there. Oh no, sorry, you have to go somewhere else. We're not a hospital. You know, there's a hospital above the door. We can't stitch you up, I'm afraid. You have to go and die somewhere else. Bit strange, but there you go. That's the NHS for you.
Yep. So we've got these last couple just here, the national wage increases and the nations and local mayors. Have you got that?
Oh, don't talk to me about bloody mayors. Well,
Well, I
they're
was gonna
saying
say,
now
do
they
you
got
wanna-
rid of the...
Do you want to talk about mayors for a second, or do you want to do national wage increases?
I don't want to talk about mayors.
One sec.
At all. I'm just going to find where it says on here. It's better it's right at the top, isn't it? I've gone right to the bottom.
I'll tell you what, actually.
I've lost it completely.
While you
I'll
look
find
for it, tell people
down the
where they
bottom,
can find
isn't
us online. And I'm going to do my
is down the
weekly, quick pop to the loo.
I'll do a bit of both. So I'll say you can of course catch us as you're watching us on YouTube at the moment. You can catch us again. Every week we say this, we're going to have bite-sized portions of the show, different subjects. However, we seem to have done 2 hours and 15 on the budget. I'm sure we'll cut into sections. But listen again, watch that again. We're on YouTube, that is at Phluid Vision. We're on Twitch, that is /Phluid Vision. We're on TikTok. When I finally get around to putting some TikToks out, we are at fluid.records. Patreon, where you can find all our musical clip. You subscribe to that. It's an absolute bargain. Have a few more subscribers to what you picked up. Patreon. You say Patatron, I say Panato. Patreon is /Phluid Records. X, Twitter, whatever they call it these days, is at FM Phluid. And if you're a face acre, you can go on to Facebook at /Phluid Records. So yeah, we're talking about the national national wage increase. There was something here about mayors, and I can't find a thing about mayors. They got rid of it. No, they haven't. Nations and local mayors. So it says on here on the budget, the government of Northern Ireland will get an additional 317 million for a mayor. That's a heck of a mayor. 505 million for the Welsh government and 820 million for the Scottish government. I guess that's going for the actual nations themselves. So we're gonna give not as much to Northern Ireland, a bit more to the Welsh, and a heck of a lot more to the Scottish government to do with, I don't know, fair treatment for haggises during the haggis shooting season in Scotland, no doubt, and the repatriation of all leeks back to Wales. That's for the governments. Finally, it says on here, in inverted commas, flexible funding worth 13 billion. Let us sink in for a second. 13 billion pounds, folks, has been pledged for 7 regional mayors to invest in skills, business support and infrastructure. And as with most mayors, probably a good proportion of that will go on brown envelopes, I dare say. Not quite sure. Not really alluded or expanded on what the flexible funding of 13 billion is going to be for these regional mayors. I'm not even sure who the regional. No doubt Andy Burnham is one of them, and Sneaky Siddiqui is another one. Not sure what
mayors.
Skills mayors, night mayors,
yes.
Night mayors. Now I've said about the money being given to the nations for. Not sure what the nation's getting this for, but there you go. But more interestingly, I'll say, is the flexible funding. I love the flexible in inverted commas.
Yeah.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. We're giving it to some mayors. Yeah, so that's, what's that, about £2 billion per mayor.
And
yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with that.
Well, it's
Buy
not like
brown
they haven't
envelopes.
caused a whole bunch of problems. Yeah.
No. Exactly. Why would you want to give Sneaky Siddiqui 2 billion?
God knows.
For a few more inclusive things and building mosques, possibly. Not quite sure
Hopefully
what they're going to do with those.
Bankrupt themselves like Birmingham. Right?
Christ. Well, there's a few more as well. There's a lot of them on the... Devon and Cornwall were on the cusp, weren't they, a little while ago, of almost going bankrupt?
Pretty close.
I
know,
yeah.
Is it Visit Cornwall? They've gone bust.
Yeah,
and I know they're not the council, but yeah, there's a sign of degradation there that matches up with everything else going on. It's like, well, how long will it be?
Yeah, it's tip of the iceberg with that one for sure. But I still don't know what they're going to be doing with this 13 billion.
Yeah, it'll probably be funding trips to Ukraine with aid.
Yeah, that could happen, couldn't it? Yeah, probably a bit more inclusivity training for the local councillors, a bit more of this the diversity training, interpreters, because they spend a lot of money on interpreting and translating all their documents. Of course, the council hold into 80 different languages, including Klingon, I believe, as well these days.
Wouldn't surprise me.
It's all there. It is all there, because you may have somebody identifying as a Klingon. You never know.
Yeah. So, should we have a very quick look at Kemi Badenoch's response?
Kemi Badenoch? Yeah, I don't think she's any better, to be fair. I'm not a supporter of either of these parties at the moment.
No, not at all.
Yeah, but yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a listen.
Let's have a little look. Let's see if I can get this
And
going.
now on BBC Two, we rejoin the Conservative Party conference, where the next speaker at the podium will be Madam Hortense Pretentious of the Conservative Party's Ethnic Minorities section.
Here she comes.
Hello. And good afternoon. My name is Hortense Pretentious. And I am very honored to be leading the Conservative Party national drive to recruit more black-colored folks. Since joining the Conservatives, I have changed my whole way of thinking, talking, and eating. Because once you become a black conservative, things of the past are no longer important. For example, I no longer eat those Caribbean dishes that used to bloat me and take hours to cook in the oven. I'm now fine. Cucumber sandwiches.
There we go. Fantastic. Oh, have we lost Steve? We've lost Steve. Oh no. Oh well, so that obviously wasn't actually Kemi Badenoch. Oh, you're back.
Yeah, no, I am. Yeah, I totally dropped out of that. I couldn't hear what she was saying at all. And there's no subtitles this week.
That's such a shame.
So I'll watch it on catch up.
Yeah. And we'll just for people's comfort and sense of sensibility, I'll just play a little snippet of the real Kemi Badenoch. But don't worry, you can go back and check that on demand.
I can't hear it anyway, so it's all good.
Okay, yeah, I'll give them a little taste of what she actually said.
Oh dear.
Of the opposition, leader of the opposition.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. And may I congratulate the Right Honourable Lady on delivering her second budget.
She too has tasted the cucumber sandwiches. Oh god.
Terrible.
I hope she enjoyed it.
Not good.
Because it really should be her last. What a total humiliation. A total humiliation. Last...
Can colleagues who are exiting the chamber do so swiftly so we can focus on the leader of the opposition? Swiftly exit, quietly. Right. Leader of the opposition.
It's a total humiliation, Madam Deputy Speaker. Last year, she put up taxes by £40 billion, the biggest tax raid in British history. She promised that she wouldn't be back for more. She swore it was a one-off. She told everyone that from now on, it would be stability and she would pay for everything with growth. Today, she has broken every single one of those promises. if she had any decency, she would resign. At the last budget, she said she was proud to be the country's first ever female chancellor. After this budget, she will go down as the country's worst ever chancellor.
God, I mean, again, the performative nonsense going on here, right?
It's like pantomime.
It is. I mean, I'll leave that B-rolling, but some of the commentary coming out of this, I mean, like you said about the scripting, like, she's obviously had time to sit and think about this budget and come up with these stupid responses.
Yeah, it's like PMQs, isn't it? It's all written out. So Starmer says someone asks a question. Starmer knows what the question is going to be, so he can research it. He answers it, but they already know the answer because they come back with a quick comeback, and even stand-ups aren't that quick, and they're paid to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're going to play it here. Let's see if she says it. Let's see what she says at the end here. We've only got 30 seconds.
Madam Deputy Speaker, paid for by working people. This budget increases benefits for 560,000 families by an average of £5,000. They are hiking taxes on workers, pensioners and savers to pay for handouts to keep their backbenchers quiet. These are the same, yes, they can chanter all they like. These are the same backbenchers, Madam Deputy Speaker, who cheered last year when she taxed jobs and left more than 100,000 people without an income. They cheered because they didn't understand the consequences of what they were doing, and they still don't.
Well, what a response, eh?
There you go. The gospel according to can be bad enough.
Yeah, I mean, I know I use that Real McCoy clip in jest, but actually it's quite accurate as he's acting.
You can't parody. You cannot parody something that is already a parody of itself.
Yeah,
pretty much, because
there was a reason, I think, that they've only taken out 2.5 minutes, because the latter half of this, she was just like dropping all these buzz lines and takedowns and basically flaming Rachel from accounts. That was it.
Yeah. It's just basically the meme and Instagram generation, isn't it? It wants soundbite. I mean, you know, crikey, back in the 80s they were good for soundbites, but they were proper soundbites, weren't they, you know?
Yeah.
The Woman's Not for Turning, The Iron Lady, that sort of stuff. You know, good, solid soundbites. But not this mansplaining, womansplaining, let me tell you.
Yes, that was it, the mansplaining thing. Oh, is he mansplaining to you? Oh, for God's sake.
You imagine if a bloke had said that, what the uproar would be. But women can get away with it. Women can get away with, because obviously, you know, they've been repressed for all these centuries and they've not been repressed anymore. They come out of the kitchen these days.
I think the worst part of this
sisters doing it for themselves.
Kemi Badenoch doesn't seem to understand that she's a fucking DEI hire. Yeah, like she absolutely is. And she's a DEI hire made by a party that watched the Real McCoy and saw that clip and went, we need that right now.
Yeah. And that's what you got. Be careful what you wish for, as ever. It's just crazy. But yeah. It could have been a lot worse, I think. Could have been a lot better. So, you know, I don't think we're probably a great deal worse off than we are. But the thing that gets me is we all moan about it, and we all work for a living, we all do what we can, and it's just not great, is it? You've really got to consider what you do these days. You shouldn't have to think about everything you do.
It's treading water.
I really justify it. I really, it's trying to get your head above water is exactly where it is. And I know people said there's a thing years ago. Everyone is only so many steps away from homelessness and destitution and poverty. It's not getting any better, is it? Because you think a lot of people on a knife edge. A lot of people they're probably one mortgage hike away from not being able to pay their mortgage.
Yeah.
One energy bill increase, not being able to heat their homes.
Rachel likes to say a lot about security and the national security when they're not focusing on national security at all.
No. Well, it depends what she determines is national. I always say national security is a defence of this country, which they put in a very small money into defence.
Well, the defence budget
we
is not really the issue. The issue of security in this country is food security, energy security.
Exactly, energy security.
Employment security. None of which this is actually addressing in any tangibly beneficial way. I say it's treading water. There's no radical reforms or moves. And it does make me wonder, what are they holding on for? Again, look at how many of these policies target 2030.
Yeah, exactly.
And if people want to pretend there is no agenda 2030.
Very arrogant. They're still going to be. I mean, she said it before it. I intend to be the chancellor for many years to come. Well, you're assuming your party stays in power for that long, for one thing, and they haven't hauled your ass out of here for being a chancellor in the first place.
Yeah.
Chancellor rather than chancellor, with a dodgy CV.
Crazy.
I'm surprised old Kemi didn't bring that up about a dodgy CV again. It's all coming from a lady who worked once serving tea in a bank or something, where she did.
Yeah, but didn't she study PPE at Oxford?
Oh, probably.
And that's like, again, a major problem. If you go back to a couple of episodes ago, where I was describing what people that go to Oxford and Cambridge learn in their PPE course. Yeah. These are not good things.
Indeed. No. Now, you got to wonder about these people, where they come from, and what they're indoctrinated into. And they all seem to be cut from the same cloth.
Again, it ties into the bigger picture that we've been covering in the weeks leading up. Adelson, Trump, Kirk, Israel, Egypt, Palestine, all of these places. Yeah. There's a much bigger set of things going on, and one of the clarity things, you know how I've been saying it goes beyond like it being of any sort of ethnicity, race, or culture. There's bigger people
it transcends
behind all of this. They might have like a name that's something like, I'm trying to think of how to say this. It might represent a red shield.
The algorithm again.
It might represent a red shield in a certain Germanic language.
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm talking about.
Quite possibly. Yeah.
Mr. Burns. Or more specifically, Ariana. Yeah? And there's relationships there coming to light between her and Effie Jepstein.
Oh, right.
And we know Peter Mandelson's involved. Right?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
He did sinking as well.
There's a lot going on here.
They're just grubby. There's a lot of grubby people about.
Well, did you catch the shout out to Liz Truss?
No.
Where, like, she was all like, was it 10? No, it wasn't 10 years ago. A few years ago, Liz Truss crashed the economy. Okay? And I was like, why are you mentioning her?
Yeah.
Like, what's that got to do with the price of soup?
Well, they want to pin it on somebody, don't they?
Well, again, look at... They're tarring her even this far out because of her actions. But why did she get lopped off so quick? Because she wasn't part of the WEF.
Yeah.
And look at what she's been saying since. I mean, God.
Exactly,
She's gone, like, off the charts. She's talking deep state, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. Very interesting. Very quickly, a friend of mine just popped onto WhatsApp. Benefits madness as 18,000 families with 6 children set to get an extra £14,000 a year.
Wow.
There you go.
That's crazy,
and
isn't it?
Another friend of mine put on it, it'd be ironic if they also lived in a £5 million house. An increased benefit they get will cover their mansion tax.
Yeah.
You couldn't make it up, and we don't. Every week we do not make it up. But it seems to write itself. No.
Yeah. I think we've done quite well,
2025 budget nailed there. So we didn't think we'd squeeze much mileage out of. We seem to have
done perfectly. Yeah.
Let this one dry.
And
Yeah.
I didn't even have any notes. I just totally...
No!
I dry back this
Me
one.
neither. Yeah. Oh.
I Deadpooled it.
Going back to Schofield again, aren't we? Oh, no. Dry back in Schofield. No. Which I digress. Yeah, no, really good. I think we probably stayed on our feet longer than Rachel Reeves did in the budget.
Yes, absolutely. Certainly, certainly longer than she does at some of those parties at number 10. So I hear.
Allegedly, it don't happen. Yes.
Allegedly, yes.
Beer,
of course.
beer Corma. Beer Corma, of course. Yeah. No, I don't care anymore.
So, one thing I did want to say before we head out is don't forget people to like, share, follow, and subscribe. Hype if you can on YouTube. We are algorithmically dead. Like they are really. They're shadowing things because we picked up an extra subscriber. Shout outs to Nettie. Great to have you. Thank you very much. Tell your friends. But they hid that for like 3 days.
Bibby Nettie, was it?
Huh?
Not Bibby Nettie.
No, it's Nettie Lee. Nettie Lee 32.
That's good. Excellent. Well done. Shout out there.
Thank you for subscribing and watching the videos. But I saw that in the back end, but it didn't show it in the front end. And we've had views that are not showing on our front page.
Oh.
Yeah. So they're definitely doing the boogaloo. So please do like, share, and subscribe in particularly. Drop a comment.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think about all of this. And help us out with that algorithm.
Absolutely.
So I think, was there anything else that we needed to cover before? Well,
I think I think that's probably it. I'm not sure what's going to be occurring next week, but only a few weeks to go to Christmas, and I've done nothing towards Christmas, so I'm quite proud to say, actually.
Yeah.
Done no shopping, no prep. It'll all change next week. It's going to have to.
Yeah, same here. Well, I've been working on trying to get this meme machine sorted out, but
your silver meme machine, as in David Essex, so beloved back in the day. Reference here for the older viewers.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you got to get your mantelpiece done, of course. Your fireplace and mantelpiece done, so you can
that's good.
Beckon down. Yeah.
Nice. I could have sworn there was one other thing, like Columbo.
I'm sure there was. I'm sure you said at the start or earlier today, we'll do a quick 20 minutes on the budget and we'll go on to this.
Yeah.
And it's not happened.
The thing is, some of the other subjects are growing so quickly and have so many tentacles now. We will have to dedicate like one to this whole...
Oh, yeah, definitely.
in other news thing. Candace Owens... legitimate death threat, apparently, allegedly, from the French government. Allegedly.
Interesting, yeah. And they're not, of course, dodgy at all, the French government, are they? With that was also interesting, wasn't it? It was Sarkozy that was supposed to have gone down for 5 years and did about 5 days.
I just mentioned that earlier, actually. I was saying, how long is it before Macron's the next one? But that, again... lots to it, so we'll have to delve into that.
Always more to it. That is a lot. That is a long time for what he's alleged to have, well, not alleged to have done. He obviously did. 'Cause he got convicted.
Yeah. But there's certainly some interesting things there, and it does tie again back into the Tyler Robinson thing, obviously, but also Thomas Crooks, and the idea. I'll just float this now for people to start thinking about for when we get to it. All of this stuff has been on the predisposition that it was supposed to be Charlie Kirk. Whereas what Candace is saying is that she believes it was supposed to be her, and Andrew Kovacs, that slimy geezer from TPUSA, the producer of Charlie Kirk show, said to her, it should have been you.
Yeah.
And I just want people to think for a second, what if it had been? What would the conversation be now? Would all this story still be unfolding the way it is? Because it's interesting. It's curious, I think.
Yeah, definitely is. There's a lot more to it, and a lot more mileage to be had out of that one for sure.
Absolutely. But the only way you'll find out I've been going and watching a billion videos on other channels and condensing it all down.
It's to join us again.
It's to join us next week. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What time would that be?
Indeed. That will be at 7 o'clock.
Indeed, on Wednesday next week. Yeah.
Indeed. That is the one. That is the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be December next week as well. We will be in December.
Yeah, it will be cracking. Coming on quick.
Perfectly sandwiched next Wednesday in between me running the bingo at the pub on Tuesday and me doing the quiz at the pub on Thursday. So a busy week next week.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that time of year, though.
So if you're... yeah, and I'm then performing as Santa Claus Christmas Eve morning at said pub. They'll start paying me before long in that. Yeah.
Good luck. So, yeah, do have a great week and join us again next week from 7 o'clock. Keep an eye on the channel on YouTube. We'll have clips going up from this in smaller, more manageable
Not sure how we're going to... I was going to say, not sure how we're going to clip this. I did say during the interlude just now, we normally do clip it into manageable sections, but we've managed to do a whole show on one subject. So I'm sure with your editing skills, you will edit it down into a few...
I thought that last
45
week,
minute sections.
I did manage to get it into a few, didn't I? The last one in particular, I was happy with. That what was it? Nostalgia Bait. That was what it's called.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's good.
If
I do say so myself, very good.
Yeah.
Can't be a bit of self-praise occasionally.
Yeah, well, yeah. Kind of worked on that one a little bit. It just worked out really well at the end. I was quite impressed. If I do so.
All good. All good.
Excellent. So we will catch everyone next week. Thanks again, everyone, for watching, subscribing. Please do subscribe if you haven't. You'll be notified of our latest uploads if you hit that little bell. So make sure you do that.
That is the one. That is the one. Make sure you do. And again, don't believe what you hear in the papers or read in the papers or live on these. Make it up for yourself. Go and research it. Go and question everything, as we do. Like Leo said every week. Don't take our word for it. Don't even listen to us. Don't believe us. Take a bit of it on board and make up your own mind.
Absolutely. Critical
you decide, as they say.
Yeah. So with
that is it. That is us for tonight, I think.
That's it for tonight, yeah. All right, so
we'll try and get to 2 hours at some point. Oh, I think we'll do it's a good night from me.
And it's a good night from him.
Absolutely. Good night. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you same time next week. Bye for now.
Nighty night.
I always listen to the Waking Lions. Great guys, very nice guys. I know they're going to be huge.
There's nothing I like more than slipping into some good jeans and watching the Waking Lions. Meow.
Waking Lions. Wait, aren't they just 2 guys in a basement?
The Waking Lions podcast is where I get all my information.
I only ever truly sweat when listening to the Waking Lions podcast. Targeted Waking Lions? Capitalist assholes. Yeah, I'd shock them faster than Kaya.
There's 3 things in my life: World of Warcraft, Dr. Pepper, and Waking Lions. That's it. Nothing else.
Waking lions are true alpha males. And I fucking love them.
If you watch the Waking Lions podcast, well, Half-Life 3 confirmed.
No fake news. Getting the views. They're gonna be huge. Waking Lions. It's simple. You watch, or you die, or you die, or you die.